RG. We just about to get going in a sec. Roller 15, hello. Check. Check. Peace to information, man. It's late Saturday night, early Sunday morning now. But I know it's just 9 o'clock on the West Coast. So everybody on the left, please come on in. It's just getting started for y'all. I'm losing people on the East, but that's okay. My brother Blazing, what's good with you? What's good with you? So we here Saturday night. We about to do our thing. Just to let y'all know, we're going to do our thing tonight and get that there. I want to say, first of all, because it was Saturday, it was the second. Now it is the third, technically. But on the West Coast, it still is the second. So y'all need to celebrate Brother Nat Turner's birthday for 3 more hours. Yes, the late, great Nat Turner. I already said that, I don't like when we be taking these names of Italians and all these other different people when we be picking these aliases, I think we need to start taking some names of our ancestors. And I said, if I had a entertainment name, that I would take Nat Turner's name. I think Sister Shanna threw me Son of Nat. I love that shit. I love that shit. Son of Nat. So once again, happy birthday to brother Nat Turner, one of our greatest greats of all time. And I love the way he lived. I obviously hate the way he died, but you know, if he wasn't who he was, they wouldn't have drank his blood. They wouldn't have ate his body. They ate his remains, y'all. And that's just the fear that they have in us. So I appreciate you being here tonight. Here's the thing. We're going to get busy tonight. We're going to get busy. We're going to say some things tonight that probably people won't like, but we always do that shit. So don't worry about it. I got a few things that I need to talk about tonight. I got to get some stuff off my chest. And I tell you, we got a lot going on. Black folks, I mean, we the best dancers in the world. I know we the best dancers in the world. But right now, we dancing off beat. We dancing off beat. We got a lot of shit. Anybody on the IG space that's going to hit me, let me know. I'm on there. It's Kiefer Brotherland tonight. I don't usually do IG lives. I just wanted to see how it was going to go. So I just started doing a live and shit. So anybody chimes in there. If I look over and act like, I'm not really looking at the HAP screen, it's because I'm looking at IG, but ain't nothing really popping over there. Somebody checked in early, but I think that was just kind of a mistake because ain't nobody else checked in. But hopefully everybody had a great Saturday. We leading into Sunday on the East Coast, and on the West Coast, it's still Saturday. So appreciate anybody that's going to get down with me. Dr. G is in the house, Frida G. And hopefully we can get through this without any signal issues. I haven't had any in a while in HAPS, but hopefully we just going to get through. So, if you like what you're hearing, please hit that like button on the HAP side or whatever side you're listening to, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you're at. Hit that like button. Hit it now because you're going to like what you hear. Trust me. Just hit it now. And if you don't, then take your like back, motherfucker. I don't care. Shit. But what we're going to talk about tonight, oh, yes, I've got a lot of shit to talk about tonight. And it's just interesting to me that we have come to this point and we're still talking about the George Floyd policing bill, defund the police, and qualified immunity. But we need to start talking about that shit more and more so maybe we can get some things pushed through, because if we don't, they'll hit us with the distractions. They'll hit us with the Super Bowl halftime show, the hip hop heavy Super Bowl halftime show. They'll hit us with the new boy Playboy costume. We're going to talk about a lot of shit tonight. And, this is always sprinkled with a little bit of white supremacy. So, we're going to talk R. Kelly-ish tonight. We're not going to talk about R. Kelly, but we're going to talk R. Kelly-ish tonight. And, we don't sprinkled enough on R. Kelly. Maybe we need to start looking at some other things. And I think we can bring that out tonight. So once again, I appreciate anybody that's going to check in on the HAP space, on the YouTube space, on the Facebook space, on the Twitter space. I'm glad y'all here. I'm glad y'all here. My man Jacques in the box on IG. I appreciate you, brother. Knowing that brother about 40 years. Anybody that I got like lineage with, like real longevity and lineage with, I'm always going to shout out, because I know they generally don't see me. Jacques don't generally come on my streams on the other shit, but he's on IG a lot. He's IG heavy. So, to have him in here is a privilege and an honor. Because that's my brother for real. Like I said, we don't known each other for 40 calendars, y'all. I've been in this bitch for 51, so you got to understand, if I know somebody that long and he checks in after midnight, yeah, he's still fucking with me, right? He's still fucking with me. So let's just go down the line with what we've been dealing with as a people this week. This dude, This dude is just, he's something else, man. He's something else. What is this? Okay, there we go. Tim Scott, and I'm sorry for the IG folks, y'all not really seeing this. You're not gonna see these slides because they're only coming across on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter right now. So I'm gonna be talking about some images that I've got on the screen. So I apologize because I'm not that savvy to be able to put them on IG at the same time. So when I get a little bit more equipment. Maybe I can do that. Or maybe you can't even do that when on IG Live. I don't do IG Lives enough to know whether you can add slides to your live. I'm just that novice of a broadcaster on IG. So, but Tim Scott, he been lying. He been lying ever since he said that America wasn't a racist country. He looked y'all right in the motherfucking face and said America is not a racist country, and then proceeded to tell you that he had been pulled over 19 motherfucking times in the last 3 years. I don't get this nigga. And we gonna say nigga a lot tonight because it is late. It is after midnight in Michigan. I know we still before 10 o'clock on the West Coast, so they might fuck with me a little bit with the FCC and all the other motherfucking commissions out there. But we gonna say nigga tonight. And Tim Scott is a nigga. And he's a nigga that I love to hate. I just love to hate Tim Scott because he's a lying motherfucker. But he got up there and talked about how America wasn't a racist country and then said he had been pulled over 19 motherfucking times. And he's got a senatorial license plate and he's been pulled over 19 times. Nigga, that's not racism. Really? Was it all black cops that pulled you over, Tim? So he been lying about the defund language on the police reform bills, right? He won't talk about qualified immunity. He never talks about qualified immunity because he doesn't believe the qualified immunity needs to be taken out. He believes the qualified immunity needs to stay. He believes that police need to have that out because they kill us with impunity and they need that at their back. So he's lied about all this shit and then says, things are being held up because of all this language of defund the police when there ain't no language of defund the police in the police reform bill. But he just keeps lying and lying and lying. And everybody knows his lies, but I really don't have to go through all that shit because we've been listening to it all week. And since we entering a new week, West Coast, y'all got a couple more hours. What we really need to pay attention to, we not only know he's a lying motherfucker, but like my grandmother told me, if you can see a motherfucker's gums more than you can see his teeth, don't trust his ass. And God damn it, we can see, yes, we can see Tim's teeth more than we can see his gums. And I don't like that. And the fact that we can see his teeth more than we can see his gums, we really got to talk about that. Because Tim Scott is one of the motherfuckers that, like I said, I don't like Tim Scott. So I guess he is the nigga I love to hate. He is the nigga I love to hate. I'm not sure exactly why my screen froze up. So let me make sure I get that taken care of. Information man, peace and love and respect to the IG side. Yes, sir. There he goes. Gummy Scott. I don't know why I got a delay going on. What's happening with that? What's up with that delay? Should we need to speed that up? I had hit that shit like 2 minutes ago and it just popped up. So yeah, look at Tim Scott's gums, y'all. And I tell y'all, I don't really be on motherfuckers' mouth wear and shit like that because my shit ain't perfect, so I don't be on a motherfucker's mouth wear. But Tim Scott, why we see so much of your gums? My grandmother told me, if you can see all them gums and he ain't got no teeth, don't trust him. And you can't trust this motherfucker. Look at Tim. You can't trust Tim. Tim's gums is longer than his teeth. And he got a gap. Shout out to everybody with a gap like that. You know what I'm saying? You got a gap. But goddamn it, do you have a gap in gums like this? Because this motherfucker has gums. He's got gums for real. I mean, look at him. You can't trust this nigga. You can't trust him. And I'm not sure exactly how he keeps getting back in office. I bet you Lindsey Graham has called him nigga to his face at least 30 times. Look here, you nigga. Look here, nigga. I guarantee it. And he laughs. Remember that video when they was shaking everybody's hands and the motherfucker went over Tim, didn't shake his hand and shit, and he sat there and laughed about it? He sat there and laughed at somebody that didn't shake his hand. You coon ass nigga. How could you do that? If somebody didn't shake your hand, I'd have grabbed him by his coat and like, hey, you see my hand? He had to know you was on camera. He sat there and laughed, just yucking it up and shit. How do you not say something to a man who clearly sees you on a line and it is procedural that you shake everybody's hand in that line? And he went and shook everybody's hand except Tim Scott, and that motherfucker laughed. Look at his gums, y'all. Look at his fucking gums. Let me just help you out a little bit more. Just look at his fucking gums. Anybody's gums that show like that, you can't trust them. My grandmother told me, don't trust a motherfucker who's got more teeth than gums. I'm sorry, more gums than teeth. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I saw somebody pop up on there. But yeah, we got a few people in there. Brother Information. Just waved at him in the IG chat. I don't know who's really lingering in there. I don't even know who's lingering in Haps. Let me get back over here and see if we've had a few people pop in with some commentary and shit. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know, got a few people out here. But yeah, Gummy Scott, he's just not a person we can trust. But he continues to get reelected. What is he saying to these motherfuckers down in South Carolina to keep getting reelected? He does absolutely nothing for black folks. So are we saying that white people really back Tim Scott? I mean, Tim Scott is got to be solely backed by Caucasian people. You know, you had that motherfucker have all that money that went against Lindsey Graham. He had like more money than anybody ever had running for the Senate and still lost. What happened there? I mean, he was all on talk shows and all kinds of shit, and that motherfucker still lost. Lindsey was like, good try. Good try. Jamie something, I think his name was. I don't know. He already done forgot his ass, because you don't fucking put up no bread like that and you can't win a goddamn campaign. I don't give a fuck if it is Lindsey Graham. Motherfucker, you supposed to win. You got that type of bag at your back, you supposed to win. That's all I'm saying. We can start working to get Gummy Scott up off of this motherfucker. Gummy Scott gonna get up out of here. Okay, don't worry about that. He gonna get up out of here. So yeah, where I am now in talking about Gummy Scott, it gets me upset because I know he's blocking a lot of shit. I do know that. He's blocking a lot of shit, right? He's not only blocking a lot of shit, but he's a distraction because we pay a lot of attention to what he does and says. And even though he doesn't do anything or say anything for us, we pay a lot of attention to it. I think we need to start ignoring this motherfucker because he's going to run for president if y'all don't know. Gummy Scott is going to run for president. You have to understand that this is a play. He is playing up to the white folks. He has to figure that if Donald Trump got 75, 76 million people to vote for him, and he was nowhere near a fucking politician, and actually was coming off of a presidential win, how couldn't he possibly get in there saying the same shit with a chocolate-covered dome? Because that's all he is. He's a chocolate-covered white man. That's all he is. Crazy thing is, you wouldn't even see white people with gums like that. When have you seen a white man with gums like Tim Scott? That motherfucker's got some gums on him. He's got some gums. and he's gonna run for president. Ain't gonna let that motherfucker win presidency with gums like that. They don't let people win presidencies with gums like that. They know goddamn well when he gets up in that bitch. Come on, man. Robert Jones, what's good with you, brother? What's good with you? So, the next thing I'm gonna talk about here, I've been looking at some things, and I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed because all them people that was, I stand with Cap. I stand with Cap. Fuck the NFL. Where y'all at? Where y'all gone? Where y'all be? Don't nobody need to be performing at the Super Bowl. Nobody black. Nobody. Well, I guess that's all over now, right? I guess that's all over now. It's over now. We're about to have a hip hop heavy halftime show at the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. Hip hop heavy. Says it right there. Eminem will be a part of an all-star cast. See, I like that. All-star cast. A cast of fucking characters. Snoop Doggy Dogg, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. and M. Marshall Mathers gonna bring it home. They said he was gonna be headlining the motherfucker. Now, I didn't know that Eminem was bigger than Dr. Dre, and Eminem pays Dr. Dre. I didn't know. Dre don't pay Eminem. Eminem pays Dr. Dre. But he's gonna be headlining the motherfucker. Was that just basically saying that we're gonna put the black dudes first and then bring M out? Is M the biggest recording artist of them all? I don't know. How is he the headliner? Not to say that it's not a good thing that he's a headliner, but it is what it is. Dr. Dre brought M out. Dr. Dre brought Snoop out. Dr. Dre's produced records for Mary J. Blige. I'm not sure if he's worked with Kendrick Lamar or not, because I'm really not that up on the current state of hip hop. But understand, this is another fucking distraction. You don't think I'm up here promoting this shit, do you? Please don't think I'm up here promoting this bullshit. As much as I like all of them individually as artists, I know the least about Kendrick Lamar. I like them. I've liked their music. I'm not sure exactly how we got here, y'all. In the first time in the 56th year of the Super Bowl, this is the most hip hop heavy halftime show. Who thought of that in the marketing room? Hip hop heavy halftime show. Okay. That sounds cool. Let's do that. Hip hop heavy. Fucking kidding me? If they come out on some Black Lives Matter shit, though, I'm going to be pissed. Please don't come out on a Black Lives Matter show. This whole lift every voice and sing shit, I don't even know if they're doing it because I haven't watched enough NFL to really pay attention. But are they really playing lift every voice and sing along with the national anthem? It's, well, I guess they don't play them at the same time. They might as well play them at the same time. They cancel each other out. Fuck it. But, they said they're going to play the Black National Anthem. The black one. The black one. Like we got our own fucking national anthem. Just crazy shit to me. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, Eminem said, he's going to headline the Super Bowl halftime show, kind of coming out of, off of a hiatus. He ain't really done a lot, at least publicly. He did just open a new restaurant called Mom's Spaghetti, from his movie 8 Mile, soundtrack, Lose Yourself. He named the restaurant. And you know what? Some people might say that shit's corny, but that's marketing like a motherfucker. Everybody knows Mom's Spaghetti. Everybody knows Mom's Spaghetti. So he made a restaurant, Mom's Spaghetti. I guess he's got like a kind of like a swag shop up top called The Trailer. He maximized. What he did was he just remixed 8 Mile, because don't nobody need to see 8 Mile no more. We don't seen 8 Mile. So he said, I'm going to pull some shit from 8 Mile, make something of it, and go ahead and make some more millions. I ain't mad at him. I might even go down and have me a spaghetti sandwich. I might have me a spaghetti sandwich at Mom's Spaghetti. Then I'll go up to the swag shop. Maybe they got some kids' clothes and shit up there, that I can get for my grandkids or something. Oh shit. I really wasn't gonna talk about this, but y'all know I just went through some shit, right? I just went through some shit yesterday, y'all. I'm gonna get personal for a minute, just for a quick minute. I'm gonna get personal and let y'all know that I went through some shit. Brother Shannon went through some shit on Saturday, right? My grandsons play soccer. So I have a 5-year-old grandson. We from biological nature, that's my grandson. But as a blended family, I acquire other children, and they come under my grandparent wing. And what happened was, the oldest, he's 12, had a soccer coach talk to him in such a fashion where I had to kind of holler at the brother. And I really didn't holler. I can get excitable up in this bitch, but I didn't holler. I kept it cool because my grandson needs to see me in that light. He don't need to see me all fucked up. So, I basically said, you can't talk to him like that. All condescending and negative and shit, and he called him lazy and told him, that I found this out later, y'all. I didn't even find this out at the game, or it could have been a different ending altogether. Told him he would make him run so hard he'd throw up. Oh, nigga. How do you tell a 12-year-old who's never played soccer before 5 weeks ago that you're going to make him run till he throws up because he's not exemplifying the effort that you think he should, even though he's trying as hard as he can? He just don't know the game the way he should. He didn't even know the game the way the coach should, because the coach don't know shit about soccer. His punk ass was only out there because his son is out there, who I later found out ain't even his motherfucking son. It was his bitch's son who fucking started the argument. See, me and the coach really didn't have shit to say to each other like that. I told him he can't talk to my grandson like that. He telling me that he looks just like me, so I can talk to him. No. I don't give a fuck who he looks like. I don't give a fuck if you motherfuckers are identical twins. You not gonna talk to my grandson any kind of way and call him lazy out here in front of all these motherfucking white folks. That shit's crazy to me. He didn't talk to nobody's kid that looked like Eminem. He sure didn't. He didn't talk to nobody's kids that looked like Eminem like that. He didn't talk to none of the Latino parents' kids like that. He didn't talk to nobody, Asian kid. He didn't talk to nobody's kid like that. Only the black kid. And see, as a man, I got to step up at that point, because if I let another man talk down to him, he'll accept that shit from anybody. And I told him, if I don't talk to you like that, you don't let nobody else talk to you like that. If a motherfucker can't be nice or nicer to you than I can, he don't deserve your presence in this bitch. I made that static clear. Static clear. So, it wasn't that bad of a situation, but then it got worse because the motherfucker went on and sent some type of bulk email out and shit, and it was a bunch of lies and shit. I don't play with niggas. I don't play with niggas. Let me tell you this right now, especially with my grandkids, especially with my kids. What's that motherfucking song? I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. So I just nipped it right in the bud and said, fuck it, let me call the boss. Fuck the coach, let me call the boss. And I called the boss. The boss is the director of the league. And I told the boss what I knew. And his mama told him what she knew. And we sat there and we captivated the boss's attention probably for about 30, 45 minutes. And the boss understood. See, I said, you know what? He put this email together. And I wouldn't have bothered you today. I was probably planning on calling you Monday. But since He put this email together. I had to bother you today on your Saturday. And I didn't mean to bother you on your Saturday, sir, because I had to call him a few times, real shit. He didn't answer the phone at first because he's like, who the fuck is that? But when I called him back a second time, he was like, oh, I better answer this shit. It could be a concerned parent. And no, it wasn't a concerned parent. It was a concerned grandparent, motherfucker. It was a concerned grandparent. And I was on the job today. Introduced myself, told him who I was talking about, and I commenced to explaining. And I told him I saw the email that you got sent. I don't know if you saw the email that you got sent, but I saw the email that you got sent, and that's a motherfucking lie. But let me tell you what really happened. And then once I tell you what really happened, you're going to talk to his mama. And when you talk to his mama, she'll tell you what really happened. And after you talk to her, then maybe you can go talk to the coach. Then you can go talk to the motherfucking coach. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and talk to the coach then. I ain't got no problem with you talking to the coach after the fact, but basically, the coach is a motherfucking liar. He made up all types of shit in the email. I'm like, damn. Talking about I came at his kids. I came at his wife. No, it was his wife at the game, but now it's his fiance. I hate when a motherfucker always want to try to front you off. You know, he said his wife. I said Ray was my wife. God damn it, I ain't married to Ray. But I called her my wife because I protect her like she my wife. But he said it was his wife at the game, but it ain't really his wife. In the email, he said it was his fiance. Now she done went from wife to fiance. Now she about to be a motherfucking side piece. Now she about to be a hoe ass bitch. Cause she was the funky ass trout mouth bitch that started the motherfucking shit. The coach didn't even start the shit. Once I got his ass told about talking to my grandson all crazy and shit, then he went back over to his team. And I said something to Ray, and the bitch called me out talking about, why don't you let him do his job? And I was like, pardon moi? Well, I didn't say that. I was like, excuse me? Oh, shit. I mean, I'm over here talking to my woman, but now I got his woman up in my motherfucking business. Bitch, you don't want to be up in this business. You don't want to be up in this business. This is a different kind of business over here. So he's like, what you doing talking to my wife? What you doing talking to my wife? I ain't talking to your wife. I'm like, of course you're not talking to my wife because my wife didn't say anything to you. Your wife said something to me, so I said something back to her. He had no fucking answer for that. But see, then she took her funky ass and said nothing. She didn't say, baby, I started it. He didn't start that with me. I started that. Nah, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do the honorable thing. She wouldn't do the thing that would hold her motherfucking dignity and integrity up. Nah, she'd let that motherfucker try to go off. Then he talking about, I think we need to talk. I'm like, come on, let's go. And we took a few steps to the right. And he was just like, I'm the coach. We ain't had no problems out here. I said, you ain't had no problems out here because you ain't had a man out here. But a man is here today. You ain't gonna talk to my grandson like that. We've been out here for several weeks and I ain't never seen you. I was like, this is the first game I've been able to make it to, bro. And thankfully, I'm here today. You ain't gonna call my grandson lazy. And at that point, like I said, I didn't know that he had told my grandson that he was gonna make him run till he threw up. Because I'd have checked his motherfucking ass on there. You ain't gonna make a motherfucker throw up. If my grandson runs until he throws up, your son better be right motherfucking next to him, nigga. Telling my grandson he gonna run till he throw up. If he vomit, he better vomit on your shoes, nigga. Crazy as a motherfucker out here. You don't tell my grandkid now. You don't tell my kid that. You don't tell nobody that you gonna make him run to your throat. What kind of coach are you sap ass bitch? Then he goes back over to the team. Then his bitch, she's still in there chat. He talking about, let's go. We up out of here. The fucking coach, y'all. Picked the soccer balls up, put them in the netted bag, called his son, which I found out it wasn't his son, it was her fucking son. Called the boy off the field in the middle of the game, and they got they shit to packing. Left in the middle of the motherfucking game. Yeah, you coach him. I'm like, I ain't no motherfucking coach, so I wasn't going to step up for shit. I had just got there. I don't know none of the players' names except my grandson. So what the fuck am I going to do? So one of the other parents stepped up and finished the game for him. Very, very nicely. Players loved him, and my grandson ran harder and played harder than he had played all motherfucking game. So I'm not concerned. because now that the director is on the call and now that he done heard the truth, I believe there'll probably be a change in coaches in the next couple of weeks, because my grandson ain't going nowhere. He coming back. He'll be at practice and he'll be at the game. And if you talk to him sideways again, there'll be a problem. Shit. I don't know what's wrong with some of these niggas. I really don't know what's wrong with them. Talking to people's kids like they motherfucking crazy. And, you know, I feel bad for that little boy that had to run off the goddamn field today in the middle of the game. He was so embarrassed. If I have to call your name one more time, and then later to find out that that wasn't even his kid, that was her kid. See, that I already told y'all ladies. Stop bringing these niggas around your kids that don't know how to talk to your kids. See, I know I was talking about some sexual abuse and some violence and shit like that, but what about verbal abuse? You let these niggas into your life and they talk to your kids like they motherfucking crazy out in this bitch. Patrick M. Capers, how you doing? I just saw that. Sorry about that. All these people, you know, they around this motherfucker. They around this motherfucker and they talk to your kids like they stark ass crazy, y'all. And y'all let them. You don't let no motherfucker talk to your kid like he crazy. He's just your man. He's just your boyfriend. He's just your dick. He didn't even give you that baby. How you gonna let him talk to him like that? Probably because she talks to him like that. But what I wanted to really know is, where was his daddy? How come his daddy didn't come to the game? Because if that was my son and he was coaching the team, I don't give a fuck if he was with my ex. Why he got to come off the field just because you leaving, nigga? I'll bring him home. We'll hit Wendy's and shit on the way home. I'll get him something to eat and shit, or we'll just hang out. He can come with me tonight. You seem a little hot under the collar and shit. You know, you leaving up out of here, leaving the game. I really wanted to know where his daddy was, because that's not his daddy. Because would his daddy have been a bitch like that and left in the middle of the motherfucking game? You hoe ass punk. Who would do some dumb shit like that? This kid's 12 years old, talking to him like he crazy. And I don't even know how old the boy was. It's supposed to be his son, but it don't even matter because it ain't his goddamn son. It's her son. And she sat there and let him talk to him like that because they probably talk to each other like that. I know couples like that, you know. My ex tried to be like that, get to fighting and fussing and arguing and shit, and then want to fuck a half an hour later. Bitch, get away from me. Only dogs do that. Only dogs argue and fuss and fight and shit and then be fucking humping each other 30 minutes later. I ain't no goddamn dog. This dick got value. This dick got morals. This dick got an attitude. So, no, we ain't fucking just because we not arguing no more. Eat a dick. Not this one, but you can eat one, hoe ass bitch. Letting a motherfucker talk to your kids like that. What up, IG? You know, y'all don't really understand what I'm saying because I got some shit on the screen. But right now, I ain't got nothing on the screen. You seeing what they seeing over in the Hap space and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all that. You seeing what they seeing. So, yeah, we can move on now. I had to get a little personal, man. You know, shit got a little hot up under my collar, goddammit. Talking to my grandson like that. Motherfucker, who the fuck is you? Out your motherfucking mind. But okay, we back. Let's lighten up the moment before we go into some serious shit right again, okay? Let's lighten up the moment because I saw this motherfucker and I had to pull this, goddammit. I had to pull this motherfucker. Lord help me. God today. This man found his wife fucking some other motherfucker in his house. In his house, y'all. Humping like dogs in his house. And this motherfucker came home and said, no, I ain't gonna whoop your ass. Either one of you. What I'm gonna do is take a motherfucking picture and send it to your mammy and send it to your daddy. And I don't think it had the globe in front of him when he sent it to him either. I think he sent it to him raw dog. I don't think we had the globe in front of the people when he sent the shit to the in-laws. And you gotta be a nasty motherfucker to do this any goddamn way. These two motherfuckers, they look like straight up amateur porn stars. What I really don't dig though, did he fuck her wig off? I know this bitch don't go outside looking like that. Did he fuck her wig off? I mean, did he detach her sew-in? All you see is that nipple on the back of her head. I mean, she got about a half a spoonful of hair and got the nerve to be up here cheating on this brother. He looked like a hard-working brother, too. He looked like a hard-working brother. He looked like an industrious brother. He looked like a construction worker type. That motherfucker looks like he caught diesel strong and shit. He came home to see this rusty-kneed nigga fucking his wife. And like I said, I hope she wears a wig on a regular basis. I know she don't go outside looking like that. Please tell me she don't go outside looking like that. I mean, goddamn, I walked over and twisted that motherfucking knot on her goddamn head. Woo-wee. In my motherfucking house. I pay the bills in this bitch. And you got the nerve to be up here fucking this nigga while I'm working? Nah, I ain't gonna whoop your ass. I ain't gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna take a motherfucking picture. And you better stand there while I take the bitch. He made him stand there. He probably told him, I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass if you don't stand there. And took a motherfucking picture. Yeah. I mean, I don't believe it. Because it don't really look like they really doing it like that. So he's probably out there just grinding, trying to keep the lights on, keep the water on, keep the heat on and shit. And this stinking ass heifer up here fucking while he out grinding, he walk in and see this shit. You nasty ass nappy headed motherfucker. And the dude, he looked puzzled. He like, damn, and when he puts his camera down, are we gonna have to fight? And I'm sorry, dog. You gotta be a strong motherfucker to be able to fight butt naked. I mean, this motherfucker's fully clothed, you know, probably got his shoes on still, probably got his steel-toed boots on still, and he about to fuck you up, nigga. You in your socks. You up there looking like a black porn star. You know, all black porn stars keep their socks on. So you up there in your socks, nigga. And he about to hit you with them uppercuts like Mike Tyson. He about to hit you hard. Don't think they didn't take an ass whooping. He sent the pictures to the in-laws. You better believe that shit. He sent the pictures to the in-laws. Oh yeah. They caught them shots. But goddamn, I'm looking at it on the big screen right now. Them motherfuckers was like, embarrassed. Embarrassed. But you know, I like to look deeper into shit, right? What the fuck is that on that couch behind them? Why is there a plate in that little pail and shit? What's that about? Because it don't look like it's just like, you know, like a dish pan. You know, you put the dishes in there, you know, and soap them up. Because there's some other shit in there. There's like some clothes in there. Is that like a all-in-one bowl where they wash clothes and wash dishes and everything in that motherfucker? I mean, what's going on here? I just need to know. You know, I just need to know. But yeah, he upset. He upset. He said, I'm sending this shit to the in-laws. Fuck you, bitch. But I bet you he whooped their ass. I bet you he whooped their ass afterwards. Yeah. I salute that brother. Hopefully he just got his punches in and just walked away. I'm sending these to the in-laws and I'm up out of this bitch. Yeah. Just telling you, man, that's some crazy shit, boy. You see some shit like that, you like, that shit could happen to you, man. You could walk in and shit, motherfucker be dick deep in your woman. What you gonna do? You gonna get to fighting? You gonna slap her? You gonna slap him? What you gonna do? This motherfucker said, I'm taking a picture, hoe ass. I'm just taking a picture. Yeah, look what he did. I salute that brother for his restraint. I salute that brother. Because she ain't yours no more anyway. So you ain't no need of getting mad. If you walk in and she fucking somebody, she's not yours anyway. So what the fuck? We got to salute that brother. Just salute that brother, man. Yeah. Salute that brother, man. Let's salute that brother. I salute him, man. I salute him. I salute him for his control. I salute him for his constraint. Because a motherfucker like that, he could have easily just walked in and checked their asses out. He could have easily walked in and checked their asses out. And then what you gonna do? because that's all can happen. He walk in and shit, the dick deep, and then this nigga walks in and here you go. Yeah, shit changes. Shit hit different when that door open. Dick hit different when that door open. When that door open, that dick go like this. And that pussy just dry right up. Yeah, we gonna cuss tonight. We cussing. We nasty tonight because it's after midnight in Michigan. I know it's not quite 10 o'clock on the left coast, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna give y'all a pass and move y'all past 10 o'clock so the FCC don't fuck with y'all. We only counting on the east side. We only cussing on the East Coast. We really not cussing on the West Coast right now. If they gonna block this motherfucker, they gonna block it. I don't give a fuck. We gonna cuss regardless. We gonna smoke regardless. We gonna eat regardless. I don't give a fuck about these bitches. So yeah, shout out to that brother, man, and move on with your life, man. Get you a woman that's gonna take care of you and shit. You look like a hard-working brother. Get you a motherfucking woman that's gonna take care of you. Fuck that stinking ass bitch. And on the way out the door, just twist that little knot on her motherfucking head. Try to pull the rubber band out that bitch. Stinking ass heifer. But yeah, I had to go there for a minute because I had to lighten up the mood. We had got a little heavy and shit talking about that motherfucking coach and shit. His punk ass thinking he gonna talk of my grandson like he out of his motherfucking mind. You crazy? Are you fucking crazy? Talking to my grandson like you sick? You gotta be sick. But speaking of sick, can I hit a segue on it? Speaking of sick, oh boy, here we go. Fuck. Yeah, we here again, goddammit. We here. Shout out to the brother, Mr. Tariq Nasheed. Y'all know I fuck with him for content purposes. Y'all know I catch shit from Mr. Nasheed. Y'all know this. And I caught this one on his IG. Maybe one day I'll get big enough to where he'll just check into one of my IG lives and shit. He seems to only fuck with the people that like come at him sideways. He don't really have a lot of lives where he be, really jiving with people. They usually be some assholes to be talking against black folks, and then he got to put them in check. We kind of on the same mindset where shit goes with black people, but so we might not ever cross paths that way. And like I said, this motherfucker got about 800,000 followers and shit, and I got about 72. I don't know. We probably just won't cross paths. In the podcast world, I'm eating bologna, he's eating steak. In the real world, I'm eating steak, bitch. It's all it is. It's all it is. I ain't where he is, but that's okay. The message is still strong. Sometimes it's a little long, but the message is still strong. But this just came out. The new official bunny costume is back in stock. I have to say it's new, even though it may still be at the motherfucking, maybe the same costume, but I've never seen them do this. I've never seen a Playboy bunny costume worn by a motherfucking man. Really? Really? This is what y'all gonna do now? The bussification is out. Right before Halloween, they bring out the official bunny costume. And who's got to be the model? No, not a blonde with big titties, big fake titties, most likely. They used to have some blondes with big titties in Playboy. They weren't even fake. Then they just start going with blondes with big fake titties. But no, that's not even good enough for y'all no more. Y'all can't do a blonde with big fake titties no more. Y'all had to go get a nigga. A light-skinned nigga. You light-skinned niggas about to take this L on this. Yeah, you light skinned niggas. That little motherfucker looking like Steph Curry Jr. I don't know what the fuck is going on in here. He got freckles and shit. You know, come on, man. Come on, man. Really, dog? The bunny ears and all, the bunny tail and all. You talking about bussy, bussy, bussy all in this place. A bussy, bussy, bussy all in this place. Yeah, that is horrible. Flat out horrible. A man in a Playboy bunny costume. What we gonna do about that? Come on, y'all. Really? The emasculation of the black man is in full effect. Brother, you in and up tonight. You feel like coming in, and this is generally right around where I need information, man. You down tonight? You want to come in just because the bussification is just, whew. If you don't, I get it. You know, I can throw you the invite, and if you can't do it, I get it. You know, you in here, so you know anybody else want to get in this motherfucker, you know, I'll bring you in too. But right now, I'm just, boy, I just don't get it. But if Information Man comes in here, I gotta have him talk about this because this is not only a distraction, but it is also disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I mean, this ain't got nothing to do with the LGBTQIAP either. Y'all want to get down on me with the LGBTQIAP, y'all can do that, but this ain't got shit to do because I don't even know if this motherfucker is gay. He might not be gay. He might just be a motherfucker who took the bag because you know they got to give you a bag to do this. They got to give you a bag to do this. He better be financially fit, getting up in a goddamn Playboy costume. He better be financially fit. He better got broke off a bag to put the bunny ears on, to put the bunny tail on, to put the bustier on. He better had took a motherfucking trip around the world after doing this. He should be vacationing right now in the sun on a yacht. Yeah. With his own cabana something. I don't know if he wants a cabana boy or a cabana girl. You know, I mean, he just his own little tattoo. La Buzzy, La Buzzy. Yeah, he better be on his way to Fantasy Island with a bag for posing like this. I go deeper, y'all know I go deeper. It's more than this costume. It's more than the Playboy bunny. It's more than all of this. What about his daddy? Where's his daddy at? What's his daddy doing? What did his daddy do when he saw this? This. What about his mama? Did you think about your mama when you went and put the bunny ears on, boy? When you strapped that bunny tail on, did you say, my daddy's gonna be proud of this? Did you think about that, boy? When you lifted that bustier around your pecs. See, you don't have titties, nigga. You got pecs. And when you fucking put that goddamn bustier around your pecs, did you say my parents are going to enjoy this? Fuck out of here, nigga. This is crazy to me. Lil Nas is one thing, but this right here, this is something else. This is something different. Crazy. I seen that commercial with Elton John and Lil Nas. Yeah, you see that? You see how they threw Elton John and Lil Nas in the commercial? Okay. What they say? You're doing too much. They're doing too much. They don't put Elton John and Lil Nas in a commercial. Ah, Reginald. Reginald. Reginald and Montero in the video. They just putting it all in your face. In your face. Lil Nas had that motherfucking wig on looking like one of the Pointer Sisters and shit. What the fuck, nigga? Are you fucking kidding me? And he riding a motherfucking little kid horse that you would ride at the grocery store, that the little boys would ride, that the little girls would ride. They got him riding one of them. See, appealing to children. He's appealing to children. See, they don't like certain products to appeal to children. They don't like cannabis to appeal to children. That's why you got to package your cannabis all up differently. They don't want you to package it up so it appeals to children, even though liquor and shit appeals to children. All the colorful bottles and colorful liquors and shit, that shit appeals to children. But they say, no, they don't want cannabis to appeal to package cannabis up in such a brown bag way. It's got to be just for adults only. Can't appeal to kids. But you put Lil Nas and Elton John on little kitty horses that you have right outside the grocery store. That you put a penny in and your kid rides for about 30 seconds and then you put another penny in. And they got them just riding them horses. You know what that's a simulation of, right? You do understand what that's a simulation of, correct? Don't fuck with me, man. They got two commercials together. I've only seen the one. So they did two together. Oh. The agenda is real. Looked like I went cold on IG. I ain't really popping on IG, so it is what it is. I don't even think I got nobody over there on IG right now, so it is what it is. Ain't no comments, nothing popping. I don't normally do IG videos, so I guess I shouldn't expect nobody, so it's just what it is. Anybody, whatever. So I got a minute 54 remaining. So I don't know what that means. I guess I gotta cut it off. How long? Oh, I guess I can go an hour. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is let's see, how do you stop this bitch? Jane, stop this crazy thing. Do we do that? Uh-oh. No, I want to come. Okay. No questions. Okay, so how do I stop this bitch? How do you stop your IG live? I've never known how to do it. Okay. I have no idea how to stop it. So do I just exit it out? I'll probably do this whole motherfucker and literally will not have it Oh, you want to end your live video? Yes, let's end it. Share to IGTV. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. And I don't really care. So about that, she'll share it. There we go. I shared it. So yeah, it's gonna go up on IG. Ethics Radio. Man, where y'all been? I ain't seen Ethics in a minute. Done crept up on the scene. You know we ain't passing no joints, Ethics. But We ain't passing no joints. But I got one for you. I got one for you. Come on, man. You know what we do. But yeah, shout out to the 3 people that checked out my IG live video tonight. Shout out to those people. Ethics, we've been in here talking, and right now we on this. Have you seen this official bunny costume? Have you seen little Bussy boy with the bunny ears? The Bussy bunny. He's the Bussy bunny with the bunny tail. Oh, yeah. The shit might have just started. The shit might have just started. I'm not sure exactly where y'all motherfuckers be coming in from. Just be like, this motherfucker's on late tonight. So he must be with the shits. And if you can, you can. If you can't, you can. Sugar, sugar, salt, and salt. If you don't come on today, it's not my fault. God damn it. But little Bussy boy, he's in the news, y'all. The new bunny costume. Fully intact with the bunny ears, the bunny tail, and the bustier. All CCS. There's also a photo with an Asian man. And oh, come on now. Sis. No. Somebody get that, man. There's somebody get that. Hit me with the inbox. Hit me in the DM. I'll put the motherfucker up on the cast. They got an Asian man in there too. You know he's gonna get fucked up, right? Well, if he's Chinese took all bussification off the TV. They said no more bussification on our airwaves. Y'all want to bussy it up? You better get you a podcast or something, but you're not going to be on the goddamn tube over here. Told them. Let them know. No more TV time for bussy mans. Now, I don't know how they feel about lesbians in China, but I know that if you a bussy man, nope. They're going to keep those airwaves moisture free. China said we're going to keep our airwaves dry. They put the black man in a dress agenda is, oh, come on now. We live in it. We live in it day by day. Day by day. Isn't it amazing? Can I see a picture or a collage of a white man in a bunny costume? Can I see a picture of, I'm surprised about the Asian. I'm really surprised about the Asian. There's got to be a backstory to that. No more soy boy TV. Oh, no, they're done. Oh, no. They say, you ain't going to bring your soy sauce up in here, boy. You ain't going to bring your soy sauce up in here. Nope. Nope. Have you ever watched Asian porn before? Like full Asian, not like an Asian with a black dude, because that's always interesting. Or Asian, even with a white dude, porn dudes, they're going to be hung. So, it's interesting. But 2 Asian people. I'm talking about literally 2 Asian people. Porn. Have you ever watched Asian porn? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I was in the adult business, so I've seen my share of ethnic porn. I've seen a lot of ethnic porn. I've seen pretty much every nationality there is out there for porn. Absolutely. But Bussy Boy here, looks like they've duplicated him with an Asian man. I want to see a white man in this costume. I want to see every ethnicity in this costume. Put some Afghanis in this motherfucker. They coming over here needing a bag too. They about to put $6.3 billion in the Afghanis' ass. Put them in a goddamn costume, motherfucker. They need to be paraded around like this. But see, the Afghanis don't play that shit. I'm not saying that there's not, bussified Afghanis, because, what's done in the dark always comes to the light. And they got bussification over there in Afghanistan. But I'm talking about over here. Bring them on over here. Australia is under military rule now to COVID. What? Exactly what does that mean? Military rule. Are the numbers high over there in Australia? Are the numbers high in Australia where they done put the martial law now? Huh? Huh? What's military rule? Holla at me, CCS. Military rule? Nigga, how you come in here and say what the hell, and then you gonna say hello? Don't come in here all Kramer and shit, kicking the door in, and then try to have salutations. You motherfuckers. Tony D is in the house, y'all. Tony D is in the house. Sunday Night Smokes in the house. These are like Haps. These are like Haps notables. Tony D, Sunday Night, Information Man, of course. Information Man got the best head of hair going right now. Information Man keeps it Hawaiian silky. Hawaiian silky. Australia has gone full martial law. Ain't this a bitch? Full martial law. Woo! So we about to get Tony D up in here, so he probably knows a little bit of something like this.
I'm wondering when these damn LGBTQI two I play plus them motherfuckers gonna start getting on your ass for harassment. Because what in the hell kind of shit?
I already said. I don't know if he's gay or not, so I'm not really on the LGBTQIA.
I will make an ass out of you and me. I'm going to say he is.
Okay, you might be going out on a limb, and then again, you might not.
Which man? Listen. That ain't even a Halloween masquerade or a prank costume. That's some.
He's serious, Tone. He's serious.
You see the look on his face? That ain't even about the money, nigga. That's not about the money right there. And then
he's like, I'm getting this money.
Wait. He gonna take a picture, turn around with a bunny tail on his ass. That ain't about the money right there.
Oh, so we just gonna go around the fact that he's wearing a bustier too?
I'm ignoring the hell out of that shit, but I can't ignore this motherfucker got a
no, you're not gonna ignore it because he's wearing a bustier, bunny ears, and a bunny tail.
He got a cottontail ass.
Nigga looking like Steph Curry Jr. What's wrong with him?
Look like he's trying to draw a crowd on Fremont. What kind of shit?
Oh my God, what's wrong with him?
Phil, what's good? Info, what's good? Smoke, what's good? Australia is under lockdown. DJ DDK that comes up with us, right?
Yes, sir.
He's down there. He's been talking about it for a month and a half.
Oh, we got to get DDK on the set. What up, Theo Dawson? I never seen you in the chat, but welcome in, brother. Anybody welcome in,
with us, so we play Uno with Takara, so Theo's all right.
Okay, cool. You vetted him already?
Yeah, I met him. He
right, you know, motherfucker come in here. I get to patting niggas down like, hey.
You're supposed to. I'm gonna let you know who's good and who ain't. But yeah, this right here, ain't no man walking around with bunny ears.
Bunny ears, dog. Bunny ears.
He got on a Hugh Hefner outfit with a cottontail ass.
No, a Hugh Hefner outfit is a smoking jacket with an ascot. This nigga has on a Playmate outfit.
You said Playmate.
That's not a Hugh Hefner. I'll fuck with a Hugh Hefner outfit. I'll wear silk pajamas and a smoking jacket and an ascot all day, nigga.
I didn't know this right here, Junior would dress like this. This remind me of either Jaden or Young Magic Johnson.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I really don't like the fact that they allow this nigga who's about 6'6". He looked like Charles Barkley. What are you allowing him to wear women's clothes for? I mean, hey, dude, you're gay. I get it. You go hard in the paint for cock meat. You're not your daddy. I get it. But goddamn.
Listen, ain't nobody ever seen anybody like Charles Barkley but Joe Black.
Like, this motherfucker look like Charles Barkley in red bottoms. What's wrong with this motherfucker, man? Is this a trans cast? No, this ain't no goddamn trans cast. I'm all man and I got dick and balls. So no, I'm not transitioning shit. You might see me shift, but I'm not transitioning, motherfucker. Oh, Tony, you fucked up and came on this bitch tonight. It's over. It's over. We got lots of weed, lots of coffee, and lots of time. Get ready, nigga. We about to get Bussy Man off here anyway. We done talked about Bussy Man for about 20 minutes. His time is over. His time is over, nigga. Never underestimate the power of the handicap. You done fucked up, nigga. You done fucked up. There comes a time in your life where you just fuck up. Okay, I'm not going into that paint. Please, look, Carrie D, please don't go into that paint. Carrie D, that paint is wet. No, I'm sorry, Carrie D, that paint ain't wet. That paint is moist.
Oh my God. First of all,
they can't just be old school gay like that. That's what I'm saying. James Baldwin was old school gay. The man wore a fucking suit. He smoked his cigarettes and shit. Nigga's hair was peasy and shit. He went home and sucked some dick. These motherfuckers out here got Lil Nas and Elton John riding horses and shit on the Taco Bell commercial. They putting it all in our faces. Lil Nas got a wig on looking like motherfucking Bonnie Pointer in this bitch.
I knew it was over when this fool took a picture talking about he pregnant with a new album.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
I'm going to just let y'all sit on that one.
Now, we ain't sitting on a goddamn thing, nigga. Don't come in here with your colloquialism. We ain't sitting on a goddamn thing.
This fool
Let Lil Nas and Elton John sit on the goddamn horses. We not sitting on shit.
Elton John wore ridiculous outfits. Liberace wore ridiculous outfits.
I will stick with you, Carrie D, for 200. I'm not, nigga, I would never come up off the pussy. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not sure how you could stand behind a motherfucker and look at a motherfucker's hairy ass with his dick and balls hanging down and say, that is appealing. I don't get it, but that's your thing, dog. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. It's your thing. I'm not against it. But why you got to put it all in my face? Why it's got to be all in my TV guide?
Let me ask you
it's on every fucking show and movie. They got a gay agenda. And I bet you, hey, bet you this. Check this out. Remember when Sopranos, hard as Sopranos was, that was a hard show. Sopranos was a hard show. Very, very cinematic, but it was a hard show. Remember when they implemented the gay cats in there? You know, they was fucking with Christopher Moltisanti. You don't remember that?
I didn't watch that stuff because I didn't have HBO like that, and I used to work nights.
Oh. So you've never seen The Sopranos?
Not really. Not for real.
You're probably missing out on the third best series ever on television.
Yeah,
now, the thing was, Smoke saw it. Old school gay black men acted classy. These new ones are act flamboyant for attention. Bingos. Please, somebody put a motherfucking Target in there. The gay mobster they caught in the gay club and had to rub out. Well, Paulie, the motherfucking little fat motherfucker was gay. Remember the little fat motherfucker was gay and was giving the construction dude head? Dude, they brought a lot of homosexuality in The Sopranos. And you got to think, dog, that was beginning of the century. They've been doing this for a while. They've been doing this, and it was.
You ever watched that show? I think it was Playmakers.
Oh, that was an ESPN show about a football team.
And they had it.
Wasn't the kicker or somebody gay?
One of them was gay on there. The game, one of them was gay up there. You're right, Kerry. I'm not. It's been out there. It's been out there for a minute, but it's very, like CCS said, it's very flamboyant for attention now, and they're making the scene for themselves. Listen, I'm not mad at them for living their life. No, it's not my choice, and I got it. But I always tell people, y'all got to realize the only problem we have with it is the history behind it, how a lot of it originated, and how it was used against a lot of people. You choosing to be that way due to pain, due to trauma. I'm not going to front on you for that. I'm not. But the aspect of people just coming out here just to do it by peer pressure bothers a lot of us because the only peer pressure that it really was torture, domination, or punishment. Straight. So I want to throw that out there honestly to everybody listening. If you choose to be away due to a bullshit past or a fucked up history through somebody else doing some bullshit, we're not mad at you. And I'm going to say that straight up. I got that. But the cats out here just acting that way and all this and all that, just know that we were taught this was a way to take advantage of somebody to get what you want. That is the problem that a lot of us old school folks have with homosexuality. Period. That in the story. Now, Magic Johnson's son want to walk around looking like that. I had a theory about it. I left it alone. Dwayne
Who was that,
Wade's
Magic
son.
Johnson?
Yeah, Magic Johnson started walking around like that. I don't know why, but he's in Hollywood. Everybody done heard about Hollywood. I left it alone. Dwayne Wade's son decide he want to be a girl. Dwayne Wade gonna support his son. Everybody's gonna support their child. I left it alone. Jaden Smith gave the best answer as to why he walked around wearing a dress on the interview. That fool said they offered him $10 million and the check already cleared. Now, ain't none of us gonna put together $10 million to tell that motherfucker not to, so I can't be mad at him either. But you still ain't supposed to sell yourself out for no damn doubt. But I get that.
And you know what the biggest problem with it is?
Yes.
He didn't need the 10 million. His daddy's Will Smith.
His daddy's Will Smith, but he wanted to get his own money. I understand that. I'm with you.
Okay, you want to get your own money? Just wait, because Will's gonna die and you're gonna inherit everything. Because he would leave everything to Jaden.
You know them kids trying to walk away from them parents.
Yeah, because they crazy as fuck. I'd be trying to walk away from my mama if she fucked my friend. I brought my sick ass friend up in here so he could convalesce, and now she up here riding cock. That was his friend. You do know the little boy that stayed at the house was his friend. Entanglement. That was that boy's friend. That's like your friend, your son having a friend over. But see, it'd be a gay thing. So you ain't gonna let no girl stay over your son's. Oh, okay, it's weird. It's weird.
It's weird. And
say your daughter had somebody overtone.
Sunday Night Smoke broadcast earlier addressing Jada Pinkett that I didn't know about.
Oh, you know what I just heard? Because I missed Smoke's show. Nigga, I heard she crushed one of Criss Cross.
That's what he covered today.
Oh, he got that? Oh, I gotta go back and look at it. Nigga, I heard she crisscrossed his toes, nigga. Yeah. I heard she crisscrossed his toes.
So she got a history of them young dudes, or even the mentally young dudes. Because
14, nigga. 14 to a 22-year-old Jada?
Now, guess who called Jada out a while ago? Ain't none of us pay attention to it.
I ain't heard nobody call her out.
The real Aunt Viv.
Oh, Janet Hubert? I didn't know that. She called her out?
She called Jada out on the low when she was talking about what happened with Fresh Prince.
Did she say Jada had something to do with it?
She said, yes. Jada has something to do with her losing that job and what's going on with Will. She's been sliding that in there for a minute. So that's the first.
I can see Jada. I can see Jada on some shit.
I could.
You know, Jada's yellow. Will's yellow.
Couldn't. No, I
couldn't. Janet's dark skin.
I could not see nothing. I couldn't see Jada doing nothing. All this shit is new to me with her. Because they coming after her now. They done went after the kids. Now they going after her.
Have you noticed she's always found a way up in Will's bag? I mean, remember Ali? She was his first wife.
Yeah, they was married. They was getting married. I already caught that. Now you got to remember, they've been holding it down 25 years now, 25, 30 years. They in each other's bag, plain and simple, but he got the money.
But that's how you solidify that shit, you know. Yeah. And they said Will didn't want her around Tupac at all.
Well, Will talked about it. I wonder if Will is leaking all the jet. I don't think so, CCS, and I ain't gonna lie. But something's telling me the way they're going after the entire family.
Oh yeah, they all got targets on their back.
Because we got to look, and I'm gonna go ahead and theorize and conspirize. And I know we just talked about not spreading no lies, but I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, let me get on Johnny Depp in a second, Kerry. The thing with Will is Will was trying to get stuff put in place to have control, to make his own movies, because he caught a lot of hell for After Earth, and he had a lot of frustration for people not giving him what he was supposed to have based on his credibility in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
They caught a lot of hell trying to do After Earth. So Will's trying to get some control. You know, when you try to get control, they just start going after shit. Because after the After Earth shit, Jaden started doing this thing, and then the shit happened with Willow. Now we got the shit coming out with Jay. I see the pattern. And this is just me.
I mean, I guess there's been a pattern. That whole thing, you know, they wanted to try to discredit Will because, you know, he got so deep into Hollywood and he wasn't the real MC, and he comes back and drops a crazy ass album. They need to leave a motherfucker alone. Will is a genius, and he knows how to rap.
Will is a genius, and Will can control Hollywood. They ain't gonna give it to him. Will they already had some shit on Will with Quincy Jones, but people got to remember Will was in the fucking hole when he took that job with Quincy. Will was in the hole.
That nigga spent all his money. He had spent all his goddamn money.
But the shit went under because the record didn't sell. He was down in the hole the same way Diddy was before he came up. So both of them distracted me. I'm not mad at Will because Will be killing it on the screen. He is literally.
So are you saying that he switched to acting because his records weren't popping for a minute?
He had an opportunity to act. He rocked it, and they just carried his career on. Independence, they put him way above the map after Fresh Prince.
I don't know, man. I think he could have got with the right, because didn't Will fade right before New Jack Swing hit? Weren't they pretty much done right before?
Will faded and did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He went to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because he was broke. Quincy offered him a job. He did an interview on it.
Quincy offered him a job, and so did Benny Medina.
He called it out. He said, you know, Quincy was like, people like, I ought to put you in the show. He got the lawyers to draw everything up. And Will said he got smart. He got an apartment and saved all his money up. Then he did Made in America. Then he went on the Independence Day, and that was it. He been on a roll ever since Independence Day, straight up. Now he rocking Bad Boys. He didn't want to do a second Suicide Squad, even though I think he did an excellent job with the first one. I don't give a fuck with nobody. Said that first one, Suicide Squad, was nice. Will is a great actor in my opinion.
And that's the thing. I did not watch that Suicide Squad stuff. I didn't. You know what? I'd never seen that, and I never seen Wild Wild West.
Don't worry about Wild Wild West, but definitely watch Suicide Squad.
Really?
He did Wild Wild West. He didn't even want to do it, but he killed me on that album when he said his last paycheck from Wild Wild West came on a flatbed. Motherfuckers ain't at his game. Who making that kind of money? And he's still making the money all the damn time. But they call him out how he's getting that money too. They call him all the way out on that money. Him, Sam Jackson, all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, every last one of them. Where's Hollywood? Look at what happened to Cat Williams when he talked about it. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're not, you know what? I mean, he's very powerful. And now I know people are up in arms because he said he didn't want to do slave movies.
I don't blame him. We're tired of that shit.
Well, here's the thing, though.
How many more we got to watch?
But if he would have did them, we got to talk retroactively. It would have been starting 20 years ago. But he said he didn't want to do slave movies because he didn't want to show us in that light. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But my problem is, so you wanted him to flip mantras, but then wouldn't you have called him non-believable? Because that's what they did to MC Hammer. When MC Hammer went from dancing Hammer to gangster Hammer, they didn't believe Hammer, but Hammer was more gangster before he got into music business. He did the commercial shit because he knew that was what was selling. But Hammer was just from the streets, nigga.
He from Oakland.
Hammer's from Oaktown. And they said back in the day, you didn't fuck with Hammer, but you know, all that dancing shit, that was literally for the stage. Like, nigga, he would put them hands on you.
And he had people that came before he did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't really have to touch anybody. He had motherfuckers to make sure you went out to exit and did not come back in.
Oakland is deep. I don't know anybody from the suburbs of Oakland. Everybody know from Oakland know about the hood, plain and simple.
Okay.
What was I going to say?
I've only been out there twice, and I was with family in a little bit nicer neighborhood. My aunt worked for Pac Bell, So we just stayed around there. We never really, ventured into the spaces I would probably want to go now. We just always stayed on some really close neighborhood family shit, and but yeah, I've heard Oakland ain't shit to play with. Dude.
And so what happened when they went out there and they dissed Hammer? They said they was out there about to do a show. They said Hammer show with about 100 people.
What?
And Hammer said, just don't talk about my mom. The people came with Hammer, period. You go out there and talk some junk because E40 and them got connections down there. Shorten them off from now. Anybody from Oakland, you just don't mess with it. Spoiler alert.
Good morning, Sonia.
What's up, Sonia? Don't mess with Oakland folks. Don't mess with Detroit and Chicago folks. Don't mess with Atlanta folks. They will show up. Yeah. I've seen it and I've heard it. And I've got confirmations all over the place. There's places I just don't damn go because I ain't gonna say that when I get in town. I'm sitting in my room and I'm door dashing my dinner.
What's your favorite movie, Sadie? What's your favorite Will movie? I'll tell you mine. You tell me yours. I'll tell you mine. I'm gonna put it in the chat too.
What movie?
Huh? She said she loves his movies, so I want to hear what her favorite movie is.
The closest movie
I know a guy who lived in Oakland and was at a bar streaming to Periscope, got hit with a stray bullet in the stomach. See, that's a hell of a night out.
Stray bullet in the stomach.
See, that's a hell of a night out, bro. Damn, he white? All right, game over. God damn. Why? I'm not good at picking. I have so many. Oh, see, she's a Willite. She's a Willite. She can't even pick a favorite movie. Huh?
What's that damn movie he did when he was on the golf course?
Oh, you talking about Bagger Vance?
Bagger Vance might have been the closest thing to a slave movie he would have done.
Okay, what about I loved Hancock.
Hancock was excellent.
Because I like old boy. Was it Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman's been excellent.
He's been excellent for a long time. Drove to the hospital.
He doesn't do a lot of sequels. I've noticed that.
Who?
Will Smith. He doesn't do a lot of sequels.
No, he only did the Bad Boy franchise.
Yeah, and that's because they want him there.
And he did the Men in Black franchise.
That's right. He did do Men in Black. Okay, I got to kill that argument. We got Bright wasn't bad.
Which wasn't bad?
Bright. That's the one that was on Netflix.
I never seen that. I liked Focus though.
That's the one with him and old girl.
Focus was sexy.
That's the one with him and old girl.
Yeah.
Now, what's that damn? That Shark Tale wasn't bad, even though it was animated.
Oh, nigga, I'll watch. I'll smoke some weed. I'll smoke some weed, and drink Kool-Aid. I'll just get high and watch Shark Tale and sit there and fucking. I used to know the script because the kids watch the shit every damn day.
Oh, and the other movie he did, the Aladdin shit.
He did Aladdin?
He did that Aladdin movie. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. Arabian Nights, Arabian Dream.
No, Sadie, don't be coming up with the movies now. Now that I pick them, don't be tag teaming my movies.
Hey, Kevin, we watching Disney. And speaking of Disney, any of you knuckleheads see What If?
What's in that? Who's in that?
What If is that Disney Plus joint where they're taking them characters and saying what if. Case in point. What if Steve Rogers?
I've never seen that.
You might want to get that shit.
That's Disney?
Get that shit. They got 2 episodes. I told you about this the other day and you didn't watch it yet. I told y'all. If you saw episode 2 of What If, tell me if you caught what I saw.
So I gotta watch with my grandkids, right?
Watch as a grown.
But it's Disney. Is that me? Is that me fading out?
They know grown folks watching it. Nah, you're good.
Okay. So yeah, I have to check that out.
What if is outstanding.
But it got nothing to do with Will Smith.
Episode 7. Oh my God. No, Will ain't in that one. I'm just throwing movies out there.
Okay.
We talking about you was the one already said that. I ain't talked to you all week. We were supposed to broadcast 3 nights ago and your ass ain't show up. So I'm about to get on.
Brother been going through some things, Tony. And the crazy thing is,
Let me tell you something. No, You broadcasting daytime when I'm at work. You a little sneaky motherfucker. You ain't fooling nobody. You don't like y'all done change our schedules on me, you motherfuckers.
But see, sometimes that should be
Oh, Johnny
spontaneous.
Depp.
It looks planned, but
They
it be
do. Johnny Depp.
spontaneous.
I'm with you. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp got a good 30 years in the game.
Shit, I was fucking with him at 21 Jump Street.
Everybody was.
Yeah.
And I
Johnny
damn
Depp.
sure fuck with him on Pirates of the Caribbean. Plain and damn simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
He rocked that shit, but he don't want to do no more. I can see it.
I think they get tired of those kind of movies. I think, you know, I
After
love that
20
one.
years,
He was in the, what was the one where he was in the forest. He was an author. He went to the he went out in the woods to write the book.
Talking about that Jack the Ripper shit.
Was it a Jack the Ripper type movie? No. He was an author. You know, obviously somebody had to die. Because, you know, what's it? Yeah, but it was some weird shit. It was some weird shit. And I think did they leave it at the end like you didn't know if he was the killer or not? I can't remember. But that was a good movie. I can't even really remember, but I just remember that. He did those kind of movies.
He never wanted to be typecast and got stuck with that Pirates of the Caribbean shit because them first three were fire.
First three what?
Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
He made that many of them?
There's 6 of them.
Oh, hell, I wouldn't want to do the motherfuckers either.
But they all killed the bank. They all broke the bank. Disney's pretty much the Federal Reserve. They got their own damn money.
They did 6 pirate movies?
The original Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, On Stranger Tides, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Let me see if there's one more. It might just be 5.
Pirate movies was making 35 million.
Pirates of the Caribbean was killing it. And at the third one, At World's End, was the best shit. You ain't never seen a 3-hour movie that kept your attention the whole damn time but Black Panther and Captain America Civil War. Keep it real.
Huh. My uncle worked on the 21 Jump Street set in Vancouver. Okay.
I only watched the first.
Where was that supposed to be set? Where was 21 Jump Street supposed to be set? Like, what city? I don't remember.
I want to say Los Angeles because there was a part when he had to walk around amongst the Bloods.
Okay.
So they made $4.52 billion off of those movies.
4.52 billion off the series.
That's just the Caribbean movies. We ain't even talked the Marvel movies. We ain't talked the Star Wars movies that they bought. That's just all Pirates of the Caribbean. Disney been killing it.
Yeah, Disney been killing the game for a minute. They've been killing the game for a minute. I can't even hate. I can't even hate.
So that makes
cut.
No, I don't think it makes that much. I think they cap him off at 20 million a movie. And then you had what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. He just made 80 million before Endgame, I think it was, or right after Endgame. But
how much million?
He just got an $80 million contract
for one movie.
I don't know if it's for one movie, but he got a contract.
God damn.
Well, John, he been in the game for 30 years too. He used to be fucked up.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yes. He used to be fucked up because he was fucked up on them drugs.
Yeah, he was.
We got At World's End, Dead Men Tell No Tales, On Stranger Tides, Curse of the Black Pearl. Shit. It wasn't Salazar's Revenge. What's the name of that damn movie? There's a ton of them there. It's probably about 5. Okay, it's only 5. Johnny Depp was killing it. But back to your original shit. I just saw that damn Little Nas X commercial with the Taco Bell shit. I'm not. I can't.
You talking about the one? You talking about the one where you got the pointed sister wig on?
The one where he got them pink ass shoes on and that pink ass outfit.
And they wear pink. He wear pink all the time. Look at the hair.
Yeah, he do.
Check out the hair. He looked like he had that Ike Turner. Remember Ike Turner had that do? But why Elton John, dog?
Elton John? I mean...
You ever seen that one? Where they riding the horses?
No.
They riding the little grocery store horses and shit. You know, you put the penny in the grocery store horse for your kid?
Yeah, just looked up Tony. Pirates have Johnny Depp, 300 with salary and box office cut confirmed. 300 million?
Yeah.
Infoman, what's good, man?
300 million. So that's a third of $1 billion that he got out of that shit.
Yeah. You know, he's been in the game 30 years. I'm happy for him.
He got
he's been
third.
holding it down since 21 Jump Street. He's been the most consistent actor. Even when they tried to put Richard Grieco up, and he didn't go no farther. Holly Robinson was about to. She got married and settled down. I ain't mad at her.
He was a knockoff. He was a knockoff Johnny. Richard Grieco was a knockoff Johnny.
Yeah.
And really couldn't act as good.
I mean, he was. They just went for the look.
Yeah, so it was a look. There was that dark haired, you know, it was kind of like that new age Fonzie type of look.
Right.
You know. They've always wanted, you know, like Fonzie was like a James Dean.
Yeah.
And they wanted to make that character. They always like to want to put that tough character, you know.
Yes.
And you know, Fonzie was a motherfucking Italian, but he was in Milwaukee, and they never talked about him being Italian. They never talked about, you know.
They just said he just got out of jail.
How'd he find the Cunninghams and shit?
Yeah, he was out of jail. And he was staying up in their attic. That was the storyline behind him.
Oh, well, Chuck stayed in the attic. Chuck stayed in the attic at first.
Yeah.
Remember the son, Chuck, the basketball star?
No, I don't, but I'm getting old, so.
Early on in the series, they had a son named Chuck, and he was a basketball star, and he went off to college. That nigga never came back.
No, he didn't come back. Just like Denise Huxtable, damn near didn't come back.
She used to come back with her husband.
Yeah, she did, but she almost didn't come back.
Huh?
She almost didn't come back. You know, her and Bill Cosby clashed. Let me get on your boy. Since we up here, let me get on your boy.
Who?
So I see a post on Facebook with the charges on R. Kelly. Apparently, there were some little boys involved. Have you heard anything about that?
I heard that, but I don't. It wasn't a part of the conviction, unless it was all just clumped in. But right near the end of the trial, they started talking about that there was some allegations from boys. Yep, I saw that. I mean,
I wanted to say they're going to confirm it against him because they're going to throw the book at his ass. I watched Izzy do a broadcast on it. He broke it down. He broke down the RICO laws that they're using against R. Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody here on Haps, I think the brother done. All them charges we've been hearing are just from one state.
Oh, he's never getting out of jail again.
I never heard of either, Sadie, and I'm not going to lie. I didn't believe the sex trafficking part till I saw that RICO law.
Yeah.
When you got people under contract that are accusing you of sexual abuse or sexual assault or any type of sexual indecency, and then you cross state lines with them, that's trafficking.
Trafficking. I mean, they went technically. The way they got him this time, they said, you know what? We showed you videos. We showed you pictures.
We got testimony.
We showed you everything, and your motherfuckers got not guilty. We're going to go technical on your ass this time. They went technical here. This was a technical conviction. He got convicted by technicalities. He had people under contract tell him he was going to make them a star, and he up here basically forcing them to have sex. Nigga, that is racketeering.
Yeah. No, racketeering was gambling with money. Forcing them to have sex is pretty much rape and sodomy. Sexual indecency. It's a whole bunch of shit. They're going to throw the book at his end. We had statutory rape. Statutory rape wasn't even a question.
Oh, so you didn't know about the sexual racketeering charges?
When they tried to say sex ring, I was like, what sex ring? I didn't hear about him ringing up people for anybody else, but you heard about that? When you're a celebrity, your employees try to get the hookup through the chicks so they can come meet you, and there you go. Man, please.
He used to set the girls up with his people.
That's what they're saying.
Like, they do him, and then he send them out. You know, you got to do him too before you leave, and shut the door.
You fucked up right there.
Passed her off.
And let me tell all y'all from the street, I'm the lamest cat out here because I ain't never tell no chick that shit. Because once you do that shit, she gonna tell the cops and she got her DNA all over you. Y'all guilty.
You're done.
Y'all guilty. I ain't doing it. Hell no.
You're
Because look at
done.
what he got to go through right now. Suppose half of them girls was down. All they got to do is say they weren't. You ain't got no leg to stand on.
Not one. Not
Real
one.
talk.
Hey,
Real talk.
you ain't got no leg to stand on.
Real talk. The minute you do it, exactly.
You the handyman.
Exactly.
You the handyman.
Exactly. So he threw. They say he ain't getting out until he's 95, and he about 53 right now, so he's gonna do at least 40 years. He's the Black Epstein. Kerry, I ain't gonna lie to you. R. Kelly's the bottom of the barrel compared to the other shit going on in the world. He a scapegoat.
Oh,
Bill
dude.
Cosby about
Did you hear? Did you hear? I don't know if it's.
And Bill Cosby, they told Bill Cosby, Bill, please don't say nothing. Bill said he can't take it. He said they setting him up. He could see he being railroaded, and they right. R. Kelly being railroaded. Statutory, he was done on statutory alone.
So he's a Black Epstein?
No
absolutely.
Way.
Not
no.
no.
No way he was getting off on statutory rape. No way. Absolutely none. And they're gonna throw the rest of the book at him. I'm kind of feel bad for the brother. Because he don't know no better. He just tried to live that fast life. He just tried to be a big celebrity. He just tried to enjoy living for them. This is what happened when your ass keep YOLOing.
Are you letting him wear the dunce cap on this?
No. But he said a long time ago he was around the wrong crowd of people. That's the realest shit he ever said. Because he ain't know no damn better. He saw the money, he saw the women. That's all he wanted because he ain't graduate high school. Let's be clear.
How did he graduate junior high school? He couldn't read, Tone.
You don't graduate junior high school. You get put into high school. We all know that. You graduate high school, you graduate college. You pass elementary, you pass junior high. You just take your ass on. You ain't got no ceremony, no robe. You ain't got no parade. You ain't got no damn auditorium. Your ass just go to high school. Well, at least us broke folks did. You rich motherfuckers that like to dry flex in your own broadcast, talking about y'all got to graduate from junior high. Ain't nobody have a graduation from junior high. You had a ring dance, you had a prom. What graduation you have at junior high? You don't even get a picture ID in junior high.
Man.
I say, I'm just saying, they starting to throw the book at him. You can get each and every charge of statutory rape for every underage girl. You get each and every charge of sexual assault and sexual abuse for every woman. Did you hear about the reporter that he said he was going to do an interview with? He locked her in the room for a couple of days.
Locked her in the room?
Watch that broadcast Sunday Night Smokehouse. I was watching it there earlier today. He locked her in the room for a couple of days. Dude, he done broke all the rules.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Listen.
She came there to do an interview, and he locked her in the room for a couple of days?
They might mess around and let him share the damn cell with Derek Chauvin's ass because he's fucked up. Them two motherfuckers don't need to come out no damn more.
No more.
Neither one of them. They go into the new Vegas jails.
You think Derek Chauvin in protective custody?
From who?
He's in prison now.
Let me explain something. And I said this shit, and I probably offended some people, but I don't give a shit based on what I saw. The only motherfucker protecting Derek Chauvin right now has got to be the elites, because I'll be damned if anybody else is going to protect his ass. Would you guys admit that Floyd was a crook and a cheat? You talking about Floyd up there in Milwaukee? I don't know. All I know is when they arrested his ass, they ain't had to do that shit. Once you got somebody handcuffed face down, there ain't no need for you to be sitting there with your knees on his neck. Fuck that.
So here's my thing.
Let me cut this off because this is Brother Shannon's broadcast. I'm not trying to fuck his shit up, but when I talk about what I saw, I'm gonna piss motherfuckers off. I normally stay cool up here. I normally stay chill, but I worked a little bit of law enforcement. Those cops was dead fucking wrong.
And I'll go with what Kerry's saying, that Floyd was a crook and a cheat. If he's a crook and a cheat, then arrest him for being a crook and a cheat. Don't kill him.
And I'm
charge him with being a crook, charge him with being a cheat. I don't believe being a cheat is illegal. Now, it depends on a cheat. Now, they said he had a fake $20 bill. I still haven't seen that $20 bill, Kerry. That $20 bill was never presented into evidence. So convict him as being a crook and a cheat. Now, the cheat is the alleged cheat because we still haven't seen that fake $20 bill.
I understand he had a history, but all he had was a fake $20 bill, and he had done some other crazy shit. I want y'all to remember that kid that walked to that church on a Wednesday night in South Carolina, shot all them elderly folks, and they took his ass away in handcuffs and bought his ass Burger King before they took him back to the jail. But you got this motherfucker face down with handcuffs behind his back and knees on his neck. He said you can't breathe, really goddamn move with your hands in your pockets. Fuck.
He said, I prayed with them before I killed them.
Yeah.
He sat there and prayed with them.
Yeah.
And then he killed them. He made a total mockery of the way they live.
I'm trying to stop myself right there. Your broadcast. I went the fuck off on my own about that whole situation, all that shit that happened last year and the year before. I went the fuck off. I didn't care.
A lengthy police record. A lengthy police record does not constitute you being killed. You keep bringing that up. You're justifying. When you bring that up, Kerry.
About the drug use.
I'm sorry, Tom. What'd you say?
They used to be partners. No, you good. They used to be partners. I understand his history. And if you got a history, yes, they got to take you into custody. Yes, they got to use more force. But the force that was used against him was bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm here. You know the charge. You know the alleged activity. The alleged activity brought a max 90 days in jail or a $500 fine. If he had a what do you call it? Fake $20 bill. Misdemeanor.
Kerry, we know you're not saying that he should have been killed. We know that. We know that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because you've been rolling with me all of my broadcasts. I never thought that you thought that.
No, I don't think that
is a sensitive issue to me as an African American male. As much as I trip out and bug out with everybody up here, that one bothers the fuck out of me.
Sure.
I can give you a few others. So this is no disrespect to anybody and everybody up here. Everybody's got their own opinions and shit. But what I saw as somebody who used to work a little bit in law enforcement, that was some bullshit. Fuck that. And I apologize to you, Brother Shannon, if I'm going too far. I apologize to anybody if I'm going too far. But if it was you, you would feel the same goddamn way.
How would you go too far? What'd you do? What'd you say?
As long as we good.
Oh, no, I'm
the cops on this force and shit. Yeah, Kerry, there are a bunch of shady cops. But that was done right there live on camera. You ain't even goddamn stopped, and then your partners could, man. Let me say that from when I broadcast. Me and you chop it about that later, because I don't want to mess up his shit. I know he's multi-streaming. I'm cutting my multi-streaming off, trying to save my data. So
let's just get on some shit. If we're gonna be here, if we're gonna be with the shits tonight, let's just get on some shit. Fuck it. Let's go to something serious and then we'll come back.
I can do 15 extra minutes. What you got? Biden signs funding bill, which includes. Really?
Yeah.
What else is there to say?
I mean,
what else is there to say?
This motherfucker is about to give $6.3 billion to motherfuckers that they just brought over here on planes. $6.3 billion. It says resettlement.
I saw that.
What's a resettlement?
Refugee resettlement. That sounds like reinvestment.
They already invested him. They put him on a plane and brought him over here. We've been over there for 20 years trying to put that raggedy motherfucker back together. How much more of an investment do we need to make in their ass?
Business move.
Oh yeah, that's all this is. Expedite citizenship.
Let's just that part real quick. He said he's signing up new voters. He's signing up new voters already. Kerry says he's signing up new voters. Y'all know.
These are the motherfuckers he's going to fast track to citizenship.
Or at least citizenship and employment. They was going to have a job when they got here because he's in construction. So now Biden and them are going with the Afghans and bringing them here. Can we ask everybody out here a question? Because I talked about this the other night. Black folks ask for reparations and they ain't got the money, but y'all just gave away damn near $10 billion, motherfuckers. And we've been here. And we've been working. And we've been trying to stay out of trouble, no matter how much you get set up on what y'all say in the news and kill us.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all want to give everybody else money to come on the fuck over here and not worry about us no goddamn more. That's why we mad and we upset and we uptight and we get frustrated with this shit. You looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the first one. I'm one of the people up here who will say prejudice, bias, racism, we need to kill a bunch of this shit. But shit like this right here is why other black folks be like, no, we don't. Black folks asked for reparations last year. You wouldn't believe the amount of a bill that was proposed that came across the news last year that they said they got to have a committee on to investigate, but they're going to pass this shit out just as quick to two other nationalities that are coming into this country as new citizens.
Where was the study? Where was the study for the Afghani refugee settlement? I mean, there's a study for HR 40. Well, no, they're studying the idea to have a study.
There ain't no fucking idea to study. It's done.
Well, that's where we're stuck at. But there was no study to give $6.3 billion to some Afghanis.
I can't say that there wasn't a study.
What do you mean there wasn't a study?
Honestly, we've been lied to across the board, and people still believe in the government is for the people. The government is supposed to be for the people, but if you don't vote enough in the favor of a direction, they don't have to do nothing about it. They can just sit there on the money and go on to something the fuck else. I got you, Blaze. And I got nothing against the Mexicans. Y'all come over here, y'all work y'all ass off. I see it all the damn time. Nothing.
I already told you, I don't put the blame on the motherfucker that's trying to come over here and get the bag.
No, exactly.
I don't put the blame. I don't put the blame on the motherfucker trying to come get the bag. But what I don't like is how he gets to skip the line, nigga. I don't like that shit. How you get to skip the line? My people been over here 400 plus years, and you get to come to the front of the line, motherfucker.
That's what we talking about right there. This is what you're going to hear from a lot of us who are African Americans up here, where our frustration's at.
I mean, shit.
I want everybody out there to understand that shit. When you hear us going the fuck off, that's why. What we ask for gets pushed back, but everybody else gets theirs faster than us, and we still fucking waiting.
You pay rents and mortgages, and probably when you go to Mexico, they said I was over there giving the motherfuckers too much money
and taxes. They ain't got nothing yet, and they already got $6.3 billion. Fuck out of
here. Ain't made a dollar. It's not what your country can do for you, huh?
You really want me to piss you off? And then we probably gonna go back. Now go ahead and get mad.
Oh, you say they're gonna go back to Afghanistan?
People already saying we probably got to go back over there like we had to go back to Iraq.
They're gonna go back. They're gonna go back wealthy.
No. The military.
Oh, you didn't think I thought that this shit was over? We're gonna have to go back over there.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing.
Yes, it is. And all
it's gonna be a bloody one. We go back over there, it's gonna be a bloody one.
It's gonna be revelations. We only tag along. Our government's a military weak spot now. Kerry, the stereotype is your government's been a military weak spot, and your military was never as strong as ours. The stereotype is the United States protect Canada because y'all don't have much, but y'all can take care of a lot of things that we need. We'll just back y'all up if something stupid happens. No disrespect to y'all. That's been the stereotype I've been hearing for 30 years. Canada ain't got no pull. Canada ain't got no strength. The United States military gonna have to protect them. That's why we got so many motherfuckers up there. We can protect y'all. I can tell you who we can't protect y'all against, though. That goddamn North Korea.
Oh.
If North Korea drop one of them missiles and it goes the fuck off, whether it hits or it misses, the nuclear fallout afterwards, people got to realize the weather comes across the United States from its direction. So the fallout is going to be in the weather across the whole goddamn continent and hemisphere. There ain't shit nobody can do about it. Alaska, Canada, the West Coast, all the way across the Mississippi River Valley, and then the East Coast, the Appalachians, and the Atlantic Ocean fucked up like Chernobyl.
Damn.
Y'all better think about this shit. It's late now on Haps. I'm not I'll be reading a bunch of shit. I can't show you no links. I can't tell you no articles. I can barely tell you exactly when that shit came out, but I bet you can Google that shit and fucking find it. And I met some really cool Canadians in my life. I've been talking to a bunch of cool Canadians up here. I ain't got nothing against none of y'all. I don't give a fuck what happens after this. I'm gonna tell y'all right goddamn now. I ain't got no beef with nobody up here. But we need to talk some real shit over some bullshit from now the fuck on. Y'all better look in the HAARP. Y'all better look in the fracking. All that shit. That's what's going on with the globe. And it's fucking
okay, I heard old girl say something about fracking. What's her mama? I heard mama say something about fracking one time.
Jesse Ventura was doing his little videos on YouTube back in the day, and he talked about fracking. He ain't know much about it, but I know there was a big old thing against it. A lot of what's going on in the globe right now, they're putting it on fracking. That's the motherfuckers going after the oil in another way, and that's where the earthquakes and the volcanoes is fucking up. But Dick Gregory talked about it for a minute.
Damn, Dick Gregory was talking about fracking. I gotta go listen to that shit.
It's funny how money can appear in countries except us. You was a frack hand. Money can appear for the United States. What the United States is doing, I was talking about this the other day. The United States has money. They just decided how to disperse it. And what you got to do, see, it's like when you got money in the bank, you're not going to spend it until you got to. I started to understand that a couple of years ago. If I don't give the government any credit, the way these stimulus checks are kicking out, because Andrew Yang was the one that said that the government got the money to give every natural-born citizen $1,000 a month for the rest of their lives until they turn 18. They said, we ain't got that kind of money. He said, yes, we do. All of a sudden, the money's getting kicked out all over the goddamn country, as well as the money we sending overseas. People love Trump because Trump stopped the money from going overseas, which gives us some of the money that we had that we was kicking out and not giving to ourselves. Now the new infrastructure plan is supposed to keep the money here in the United States instead of kicking it out all the way across the world. Trump said it himself. They've been kicking out so much money over the past 30 years, y'all wouldn't fucking believe it. He said that shit. You're going to credit Trump more than you criticize him if you fucking listen to him and stop listening to what everybody else says. He was telling you more shit than you believe. It's a year later. Go back and watch some of them damn press conferences he had. He was telling you some shit. Matter of fact, when you watch the press conference, read the ticker tape on the bottom as well. You're going to see half the shit I've been telling y'all about, because I heard about HR 40 last year, and ain't none of y'all see that amount yet, because ain't nobody put it up here but me. I was the first one talking about that shit.
They don't want to get none up for HR 40. That's just imposturing.
How many of you know how much that amount is? I never heard of the number.
HR 40?
Yes.
I never heard of the number either.
I never heard the number.
From what I was hearing, they really weren't talking monetary compensation.
Yes, they were.
What are they talking?
The amount was 6.2 quadrillion.
Quadrillion?
I told you I ain't never heard of that number before.
So that's more than trillions.
That's more than what you see. That's more than what you see when you Google the Rothschilds amount.
Wow. Wow.
You're right, Kerry. I try to, because people always try to tell us shit, but don't nobody want to hear from nothing from no fucking nobody. I listen to every goddamn body up here.
Man, I watch so many goddamn podcasts and shit. I catch my news all day, every day. And then I'll watch the local shit just to get frustrated, make sure I stay up on shit. But dude, there's so much information on the web now, and you just got to break a lot of shit down to really get to it. You know, you might see two different videos talking about the same subject. They generally have totally different content. So you got to watch both of them motherfuckers.
And Kerry, I was talking to Carmen about that earlier today. There are too many unintelligent people clogging up the internet. I tell everybody right now, I watch the news on purpose. The news is not always lying. I had an article sent to me last week nobody talked about. They had a meeting about reparations over in Europe.
Who's that?
The United States and Israel.
Oh.
So everybody's down and everybody's game, but the United States and Israel.
Okay.
I watch news articles on purpose, not the shit that's on TV. You can read what's on the internet. If you're going to Google some shit, start Googling some real shit. I'm up here having fun. We do more dumb shit with our computer than what the fuck we paid for. We got to get right.
This is very true.
And let's do like Helga says. Helga wants to stop the racism. Helga wants to stop the color issue. I'm not mad at her, and I'm kind of with her because there's people that I was taught wasn't going to give a damn about me that do, and I live down here amongst these motherfuckers.
How does she propose we're going to stop it?
She didn't propose. She just said we need to. We are all one race. We are all one human race. Celebrities been trying to push this shit for the past 5 to 10 years. Can't nobody get past what the fuck we was taught based on the history that we went through.
Yeah, it's hard to get past the color issue when we can't even get past the bussification issue.
We
Check
can't get
this
past
shit
the
out.
race issue, the economic issue, the social class issue, the prejudice issue, the natural order issue, the genetic issue, the appearance issue. We damn sure gonna get past the color issue. Now, I'm not gonna talk about that shit right there. Who takes a picture like that is my question. I heard that, Carrie. I haven't even heard half of what he said, but they say he told a whole bunch of shit.
Oh boy, how do we do this one? You do this spot, and I do this spot, and I do everybody
up here.
There we go.
Yeah, everybody else here. I want y'all to know something. First of all, we're supposed to be heterosexually distanced on your broadcast, but then you're gonna put a motherfucker.
And I just worked it out, fuckhead. I just worked
it
out, fuckhead. Let's talk about this.
Laying down on the bed, looking like he waiting on his wife to come behind him in between us. What kind of shit is this?
Dude, this is a fucking mattress commercial. What makes you think that I lay on my mattress like that?
Let's be clear. Most motherfuckers do, but we don't talk about it. Because you're not gonna lay on your back every day.
Goddamn that's so. Goddamn that's so. I know goddamn well I don't lay on my motherfucking mattress looking at my phone all happy like that with my legs crossed with a goddamn ankle bracelet on. Get the fuck up out of here, nigga.
When you get off work, you do. That
motherfucker got an anklet on. He got an anklet on, nigga.
Barefoot.
Barefoot.
Look,
nigga, where
you
socks
just came out of some dress shoes.
You ain't even got no footies on, nigga. Get some socks on, dog. This motherfucker got an anklet on, goddammit. He's got an anklet on in this motherfucker. Come on, man.
I didn't even look at his ankles. I wasn't going to.
This motherfucker.
And that's a silly Tempur-Pedic? Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
And then he reading the damn Kindle.
This motherfucker is up here reading Johnny Bravo on Kindle on a goddamn Tempur-Pedic.
You said that shit. You said that shit.
He is happy as a motherfucker. I thought it was Blake Griffin at first. I didn't know exactly who it was.
You know what that is? He got the house to himself.
Yeah. He's not going anywhere for the evening.
Oh shit, he go another hour, right? Goddamn now.
He's not going anywhere. Oh shit.
You got another hour going right here. He gets 35 minutes. Look, I'm gonna tell him too.
He couldn't take no more. He saw too much. He saw
Brian,
too much
pussification. I'm not doing this shit with you tonight. No.
He saw
man, come
too
on
much.
Now. Don't tell me it's your internet because you were just on YouTube. I know your internet work. Get that shit connected, goddamn.
Information man take a long time to come up.
Because he got all that damn equipment.
He got all goddamn equipment so he can't get all shit going.
I'm gonna wait till he come up. With my shoes.
Information man come in here in the mothership. He be landing and shit on a motherfucker.
Hold on. I gotta get him.
He be landing. So I'm just in here, man.
I got to get him. I got to get him.
Nigga, we need to come up with a fedora. We got to get a fedora.
Look, I got to get him.
We got to get a fedora because, he wore a fedora. Oh, where's he go that dumbass screen again? Get off my shit.
Man, Lord.
Oh, ain't nobody going to break my time or hold me down.
Yeah, he tried to get me to play this shit the other night. I said, no. We're gonna
That's
try.
hilarious.
Hey, Brian, I don't know if I'm gonna make it in the morning, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna make it in the morning. I know we got to talk.
Y'all got another one to do in the morning?
We're trying to do a fantasy football broadcast before the game starts.
That ain't the morning, nigga. You can do that at noon.
Noon, your time.
Oh,
I'm Eastern.
I'm Eastern too. It's 2:04 where I'm at.
Okay, yeah, you same time zone as me. Yeah, we can do it at noon. That is not my fantasy, Carrie. Fuck you. Shit. If y'all know how many times I'd have laughed at the broadcast I've done with this motherfucker in the past month, I have been late to work, sitting in the car, cracking up at the shit I done said with this fool.
So we already did the Super Bowl. Oh, God damn it. I said we was going to get a little R. Kelly-ish tonight. We're not going to talk about R. Kelly, but we ended up talking about R. Kelly. But we're not going to talk about R. Kelly, but we're going to get R. Kelly-ish.
Okay.
Because, you know, before R. Kelly, there were some R. Kelly-ish situations that happened, but nobody talks about them. So
there was a bunch.
Let's talk about some R. Kelly-ish situations. We're going to pull Tempur-Pedic out. We're going to pull Tempur-Pedic out.
Well, you do a broadcast of that shit. I'm not coming on there. I'm not coming on.
And we're gonna add
Dirty Dancing. Really? Dirty Dancing. I'm tired of that damn movie. Lord have mercy.
We're gonna add this. We're gonna do them. We gotta get them in the middle.
Come on.
We gotta get Johnny and Baby in the middle. Tony's gonna come all the way around third and come on home.
I ain't gonna front. She was sexy though.
You fucking pedo. Baby was only 18 years old.
I was
in the movie, they say.
I was younger than her when that movie came out. She's sexy.
I was too. I was 17. You were
Carrie,
15. You. I was 17.
Look at what Carrie said. Look at what Carrie said.
Hold on a second. I gotta move this shit over.
Brian, I will play that song. I like that song.
Oh man. So
fucking clowns.
Can we talk about this though? I mean, this was before R. Kelly. Johnny is the dance instructor of an exclusive resort in the Catskills. Johnny's all a bit of 30, nigga.
Yes.
Look at this motherfucker. He 30.
But she was feeling him though.
I don't get Nick. There you go. You goddamn
empathize. Serious question. Was she underage?
Her name was Baby.
Was her character underage?
I thought it was. They said she was. Sure. You know, now I'm seeing that they're saying that she was 18 in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Information man, what's good, man?
What's up?
I got about 25 good minutes, and I know how we get up here. It's already 2:30 in the morning. I mean, 2 o'clock in the morning. But I ain't talking to you.
Man, we R. Kelly is right
what
now.
What the hell's going on in the world? Because I know you got plenty of info over
there. I'm doing fine, brothers. Good to hear y'all. I've been listening to y'all talking tonight.
We've been
about a variety of issues.
Speak to us, information man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Q&A on my YouTube channel around Art Kelly. I'm going to go in on Art Kelly.
Oh boy.
But my perspective is going to be a little different. Yes.
How credible is every accusation against him? And I say every. We got the pedophilia aspect. That's done. I seen where the trafficking is legit. That's done. I'm hearing boys. I'm hearing more rape than willing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we live in America, and you know that in America, they will make an example, and they have made example of black men when we engage in some of the things that white men have engaged in for decades, because we do know, you can look at the FBI statistics, white men in America are the main perpetrators of these sexual crimes and things of that nature. But the issue is when black men who feel they have power engage in the same behavior, we will be held accountable twofold. Now look at Woody Allen, who is a
Yes.
complete psychopath
Oh,
and weirdo.
God.
He's walking around the streets of New York, or he's got with his own daughter that he adopted, and then he ended up marrying her or something of that nature, or having a relationship with her. Why is it that Woody Allen is not sitting in a jail cell right now? You see, this is the difference in America. And I don't want to hear anybody's bullshit tonight about oh, come on, you're playing the what's that sound?
That was applause.
What? I don't want to hear anybody's
bullshit about it.
I don't want to hear people's bullshit about, once again, oh, there you go with the race thing. You had a comment earlier tonight that, well, George Floyd was a criminal or a crook. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit. The man, I don't care. The man got choked out and killed over a freaking counterfeit bill, a $20 bill, which, by the way, nobody presented that $20 bill in the court of law. Where's that $20 bill? Huh?
I ain't seen it.
Right. So before people put their foot in their mouth and start talking about, well, you know, he was a crook. First of all, the alleged $20 bill that the kid said that he gave him, they never brought that up in court or showed the proof of that. Two, any of us on this panel and anybody in the chat room can go to a store, you can go anywhere in this world, and somebody can hand you a fake bill, and you may not even know you got a fake bill. Then you can go to another store, present that bill because you think it's a legitimate bill, and they can say, hey, this is counterfeit. So any of us, so because George Floyd has had a history of substance abuse. Okay. Yeah. Half of you motherfuckers in America got substance abuse problems. Let's say white America uses drugs more than black America does. What about this methamphetamine issue, right? Now they're deeming it a medical problem. When black folks were getting hooked on crack cocaine, they criminalized us and called us pookies and ray-rays and thugs.
Yes.
White folks are high on all kind of prescription medications, but all of a sudden it's a medical problem, right? It's a medical problem. Any of us can be slipped a fake dollar bill, and we could exchange that and look like we're criminals. So we don't know if he even knowingly knew what he was doing, or he got a bill that was questionable. Now, you know the person who actually was the catalyst of all the bullshit? It was the Negro that was in the car with him, the one who didn't want to testify because he was going to get himself in trouble. He's the one that they're saying that George got the fake bill from in the first place, that he was the common denominator. Oh, no. It was actually, he was the one who had that bill that he flipped off to George, if there was a bill. But the bottom line is this, not to rehash the whole situation. I don't care if a guy gave me a fake nickel, a fake dime. I don't care if a guy has a history of substance abuse. No man should be choked out on the street like an animal when everybody in America could see that Chauvin was killing this man. That's the bottom line. I don't want to hear about his criminal past. I don't want to hear about any of that goddamn shit, because if that was your son and your daughter, you would not have the same ideology.
Right.
Okay. Now, as far as, to get back on the other, what you had asked me, as far as R. Kelly is concerned, I'm going to go in on him tomorrow in my Q&A show, which I'll be bringing people on the panel to talk about it. You're more than welcome.
What time is that information, man?
I'm probably going to go live between probably 1 or 1:30 p.m. Western time. And if I can, I might even go on at 12 noon Western time. I mean, Western time, that is. But I'm going to be doing a Q&A where I'll talk about the case a little bit. And then I'm going to drop a link in the chat room and have people come up on the panel through StreamYards. So any of you brothers are welcome to come over and join that and let your thoughts be rendered.
Yes,
what I want to do, brothers, is R. Kelly is he's wrong, and he's wrong as sin, and he's guilty as sin. However, The problem that I have with this whole situation is the enablers. Those enablers are the security people around him, the yes mans, the yes sirs, the women that knew he was doing this, the um, family members who gave their kids to Art Kelly, knowing that there was rumors about him with girls.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Aaliyah's uncle, who
Mm.
basically brought Aaliyah to him, and then she also they lied. You got the marriage certificate. She lied. She was really 14 years old. That was a lie too. Let's talk about the fact that you had people in the community of Chicago that enabled Art Kelly when he would come up to the schools and he would be preying on young females. And it was a known fact in Chicago by
Yes.
high school girls that he
Yes.
would come up there and parade himself to the women, and they would come up to his car and be starstruck by him. But one of the reasons why Kelly was going to the schools, and I got this on good information on someone who lives in Chicago, is that Art Kelly was illiterate. He could not really read and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
He had a music teacher at his high school, and he would go there and have the music teacher look at over some of his musical compositions, right? Because he couldn't read a lot of stuff. And while he was going up there visiting the teacher, at the same time, he was attracting the young girls as well, right?
See, you just
Now-
said something justifiable right there. Because if he was
Right.
going up there to see his music teacher, I never heard that story. They just said
I
he was
got
going
that
out of high
on.
school and
I
that's
got
it.
that on good information. One of the schools that he kept hanging outside of was where he had a music teacher who gave him inspiration from the get-go. Another thing too that cannot be lost in this is that some of these young girls, and I'm not saying that this is right, but some of the young girls that were engaging with Art Kelly, some of them also knew what they were doing and were starstruck. Okay, some of the girl and the parents were too focused on my child's gonna be a star. So even though I heard that Art Kelly likes to mess around with the young ones, I'm still gonna give my daughter to him because he promised me he gonna take care of her. So you give so the parents are at fault. Everybody that was watching what he was doing, they were at fault. Now, of course, a lot of these people probably cut deals to come forth in the trial to give their testimony. They had to cut a deal. But however, I believe some of these people need to have civil lawsuits filed against them. Because this is why I'm going to say this, because the kind of work that I work in, there's a term, brothers, called mandated reporter. All of us are a mandated reporter. I'm going to tell you why. If you knowingly know that a young person is an adolescent or teenager, and you see a grown man having their way with that adolescent, that minor, actually, that's a violation of our laws. Therefore, you become an automatic mandated reporter of that incident. You don't report that, you become just as guilty by looking the other way. So all those people that were involved in his inner circle who got up on that Surviving Art Kelly, whatever the damn documentary, and gave all that tea about what he was doing. My question is, if you thought that what he was doing was wrong, and it was so horrendous, why didn't you ever go and report him? I'm going to tell you why. Because everybody was making money and living off the GOAT of Art Kelly. He became their beneficiary.
I can believe
And as long as you got somebody paying your bills and taking care of you, you're willing to look the other way. This is black folks. We can't blame this on white people. This ain't about white supremacy. This is about black people who he had in his inner circle who were looking the other way in the fuckery, in the buffoonery that goes on while he was continuing to have his way with the females. Matter of fact, he had females that were in different cities that he would have them in their rooms, and he would have them locked away in the room, locked in the hotel where they couldn't come out, right? He would role play. And the bottom line is he pissed on those women in those videos. We've seen the videos. That was him. And you know why he got in trouble, gentlemen? You know why this happened? Because he had I think a brother or a cousin who was trying to extort money out of him. So you're not going to get this part of the story. And you know how you can get these shady family members that trying to get money out of you. And the family member was like, okay, Negro, remember that night that you was having a good time with them girls? I'm going to expose you.
Yep.
And that's the mythology of the story behind it, that he got exposed by a family member. And if you look at history, when we go down like this, you can always count on somebody that look like us who drops the dime on us. Now, he didn't drop the dime on R. Kelly because he was concerned about the girls. It was because, Negro, you ain't giving me the bag no more. You ain't taking care of my bills no more. So I ain't going to report you because what you're doing is wrong with the girls. I'm going to report you, nigga, because you're cutting me off. You see how it works?
Yeah. I mean, because he wasn't able to create on his own. See, R. Kelly was really the goose that laid the golden records, and everybody just ate off that. They didn't try to bubble themselves. R. Kelly brought talented motherfuckers. We was just naming all these artists that he worked with through the years and things like that. And he didn't even own the publishing to the shit that he wrote for them. Not just his shit. He didn't even own his own music that he wrote for other people.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is the funny thing about R. Kelly. He wrote a lot of great songs for other people, but can you name any artist? You can't say Aaliyah because he didn't discover her. He wrote songs. But can you name any artist under his tutelage that he turned into a star? There are none. He did not turn anybody into a star.
Everybody was gone before they really made it.
Right.
You know, like Changing Faces, they could have became superstars, but they were done before they got started.
Yes.
Right. Right.
Man, I'm about to go turn to bed.
It's okay, but you got to hear what I'm going to say, Tony, before you go to bed.
Go ahead.
I'm on. As far as the United States of America and Joe Biden signing that $3.6 billion package for the the thousands of Afghanis who they have brought over here when they have not addressed the issue of reparations to Black people in America that are descendants of the slave trade, descendants of the Jim Crow. Joe Biden didn't even give a reparations package deal to those living ancestors and descendants of the Tulsa, Oklahoma 1921 massacre. You got Sister Fletcher, who's 107 years old. And I'm very angry about this. I did a video about this. Do you know that they had to strong arm them Negroes down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, just to give that woman $100,000? That was our people. Joe Biden comes down there and everybody's clapping for him. He gives one of his funky campaign speeches. No money, no talk of restoration of money to the people that are descendants that still live there, that are descendants of what happened to Black people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Black Wall Street. But they can give these sellouts because in Afghanistan, those people that they brought over here are considered sellouts because they were working with the United States government, right? They can't stay over there because the Taliban would kill them, right? So they give them $3.6 billion, and they tell you and me, and of course, Obama, the so-called Black president, who gave billions of dollars out to the Native Americans as well in his administration, they tell me and you, we just gonna do a study, Negroes. We're gonna give you a study, and they still haven't come back to us about what's come of the damn study. But yet you can give people who ain't citizens yet, who ain't born over here, who ain't shed no blood, have no legacy over here like we do, didn't build the country, we did, and they getting $3.6 billion towards the restoration of them transitioning to our country, and Black folks haven't got anything, and we got the do nothing Black caucus up there doing nothing for us. The HR 740 bill is a nothing burger. This is what I got to say to Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden, and fuck the United States of America. Fuck them.
Well, I appreciate the dialogue there. Information. I was off the chat for a minute. Tony is That's why so many Black Americans voted for Trump.
That you have to ask them, Kerry. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of folks was voting for Trump because they were making money off of what Trump was doing. That's what I've seen. We could be here all day on that. The thing
Well,
with
he
Joe
just asked,
Biden
was
is,
that why? We don't have to, but
I don't know. And for a lot of them, I don't know. But I know a lot of people that voted for Trump were making money off of his actions, not what he said. And please remember that. And then there's also the fact that Trump was not your classic politician, which is the one thing majority of the country was tired of. Those are the two answers that I would have, but I would definitely tell you, talk to the folks that you know that you are asking about, not being funny. Everybody's gonna give you a different answer.
mm-hmm.
Everybody is. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm tired of shit. And info, I know you're 3 hours behind. I will be tuned in for you tomorrow. I'm supposed to go out with my son. And if I don't come on the broadcast, I'll probably be in the comments while he's doing this thing. Brother Shannon, big ups to you. Appreciate you as always, man. Y'all know how we do.
Yes, sir. We had a good time.
I've been wanting this for a minute, and I apologize so late, but I'm exhausted. He's gonna get up in the morning. I gotta take him to go get a haircut and everything. So
Okay.
Do your thing.
I will be tired. I will be on your YouTube because I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel. So I will be listening.
My brother.
And
Thank you for
everybody. I'm going to tell everybody you did a broadcast on reparations some months ago, and I watched it. And I always big you up for it because you gave a plan that they can offer reparations and it won't break the country.
No, it won't break the country. It won't break the country.
And then he gonna put
there
this
you go, putting
screen.
that buck dancing Tim Scott up there, who's been lying about the damn
Woo!
Look, this is crazy. Once again, we can't get a George Floyd bill, right? We can't get the anti-lynching bill to be passed. We can't get the voters' right bill to be passed because, of course, the Republicans won't play ball. We can't even get a reparations package for those Black people who have been massacred, that are still living and lost their land. We can't seem to get anything. The only win that we got right now in California, and I'm going to be doing a podcast about that sometime soon, is that Governor Newsom signed a package to give back land to the Bruce family, who own the Manhattan Beach front in Los Angeles, California. The Bruce Beach was owned by Black people, and it was stolen by this by California government, and they've given the family back that vital real estate. And all I got to say to the family that's getting their land back, you're rich, bitch. Because that land is worth a lot of money, baby. So everybody that's got buildings and condominiums and houses and businesses on that business, now you got to pay a Black family. You got to pay a Black family. You got to pay them all that money, baby.
Let me ask you some info. I did a short skit on this because I wasn't able to actually do the full video because the video was about eminent domain, but I had to squeeze it because I had to get to my grandson's game. But I'm good with them getting their land back. Of course, I would never be against them getting their land back. But what I'm not against is the state of California, is Los Angeles County, thinking that they can get away with just handing them back what is rightfully theirs, but not compensating them monetarily. They owe them money too. There has been money made off that land for almost a century. Now you just gonna go hand them the deed back and say, here you go. Now I granted they can make some money. You right. They rich like a motherfucker. You know, they rich like a motherfucker. But they still got to go into this bitch and put something into it. No, you need some startup cash, like maybe 50 million. They done made a lot of money out the ass of Bruce's Beach.
Right. Shannon, brother, I don't know. I have an article that goes into detail about it. I don't know what intimately is going on behind the scenes. I don't know if there could be some potential negotiations to what you're saying behind the scenes.
Want me to tell you? Let's go to NPR.
And maybe there's absolutely nothing.
Y'all pull it up. I'm gonna come down. Sadie, Carrie, everybody in the chat. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Like I said, I'm exhausted. I don't want to fall asleep on y'all. Info. Like I said, I'm gonna check y'all tomorrow.
I take that.
All right, my good brother. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sitting up here working as hard as I am to deliver content. You just literally said right to my face, you about to fall asleep. You think you a
You
hell
ain't
of a
about
nigga.
your content.
You
I
must
told
think
you
you
last
must
time we
think you a
talked.
hell of a nigga.
Told
You
you.
you up
That's why
here
your
saying you
background green, because your
information
pockets
man.
ain't.
Aren't
Shut
you
up, damn it.
are you insulted that this nigga just said he was about to fall asleep on all the good content we delivering and shit? He said he about to fall asleep.
Look, every time I try to be legit, you come with that bullshit. I'm so sorry. Y'all take it now. I'm holler at y'all tomorrow.
All
For
right,
real.
be good, brother.
Be good.
All right.
So it says California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill allowing the plot of beachfront land along Southern California coast to be returned to the descendants of a married black couple who lost it to eminent domain nearly a century ago. Bruce's
Right.
Beach once a thriving resort for black families owned by Willa and Charles Bruce was seized by the town of Manhattan Beach in 1924 with a stated goal of building a park. But historical records compiled in a recent report of that incident, which included a raft of complaints from white neighbors at the time, show the land was condemned because its proprietors and patrons were black. After nearly complete to return the land, which is now owned by the Los Angeles County, to the Bruce's family descendants, because the Bruce's family been gone long time ago. Now they're descendants, and makes amends for its seizure during the Jim Crow era.
Right.
Newsom signed the bill before a crowd Thursday at Bruce's Beach, local media reported. I want to apologize to the Bruce's family for the injustice that was done to them, Newsom said. The bill signing, according to NBC Los Angeles. We haven't always been proud of our past. Previous state law required Los Angeles County to use Bruce's Beach for public recreation. Oh God, hold on a second.
Well,
and then recreation prohibits the county from transferring it, but the new law scraps that. So basically, they stole these people's land and they didn't compensate them for it. That's where eminent domain is supposed to come in. You're supposed to get rightful compensation.
Right.
They never did that. Now they're giving back the land, but they're just giving back the deed. What about the money that's been made off of that? Maybe you don't give them every single dime, but they should get tore off a chunk of that money.
Right. See, this is just the thing. Like I said, for all we know, the family might be cutting that deal right now to get a piece of the action, or it could go both ways. And I hope this doesn't happen. The family might just be happy to have the land, and they may not even be talking about, hey, give us all that money. They may have to hire a lawyer to also fight for a compensation of what you're talking about, brother. I hope it doesn't come to that. But if they're not putting a demand down like that, they would have a case to get those proceeds. But I think the state of California has enough resources to give it to them, and they should. But I wouldn't be surprised if the state of California, if that's just as far as they've gone, just to give them the goddamn deed. And then this is another thing you got to keep in mind. This is another tricks that they could play. They could give them the deed and the control of the land back, and any problems, financial problems or maintenance issues with that land, they could also say, oh, it's yours now, black people. But guess what? You got a big fat tax bill you're going to have to pay that's on you now. Goodbye. Right?
And think about the tax bill. If they want to do some upgrades, upkeep to the shit, they're going to have to get a line of credit on their own land that they had stolen from them. Now they're going to be paying some money back.
That's called technology. So I wouldn't be surprised if they.
I just believe that there needs to be compensation, because for them to have the land and maintain the land in that district, they're going to need some money in the bank. They can't be waiting for their check so they can put something on it.
Right.
They need some real money to govern that land in that area in today's marketplace. Years back, it would have been the same, but it would just, the dollars would have been different. But they need some millions. They need some millions to get it.
The one positive thing about owning that property, being in control of that real estate, is that they can write some things off on their taxes. They're going to get a big fat tax break. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to have people that's going to approach this family with some projects and some opportunity for them to expand the property and make money. And if the family is smart, which I hope they are, they would do everything they can to maximize more profit from the land. And then the thing is, like I was saying earlier, anybody that's a business owner on this land, I'm wondering, what do they have to pay the family? Is whatever they've been paying to the county going to go straight to the family's pocket now? So if you're paying rent on the property, you got something going on out there. Does the family now pocket that money? Does that money go straight to the family and no longer to the county of Los Angeles? You see what I'm saying? Those proceeds. So that's another thing. So to me, it could be, what doesn't could be, it sounds like it could be a big win for the family once you get past all the red tape and shit like that we may not be privy to all that red tape. So I agree with you, brother. And I also wanted to say that I'm glad that you put the stuff up on the screen tonight. They continue to try to put black men in dresses. Now we're gonna put black men in bunny dresses, bunny outfits, all type of fuckery. They, for whatever reason, they have wanted to strip the masculinity of black men in this country. They've been doing it for years with the caricatures and movies and things of that nature. And Neely Fuller Jr., brother, he said this in the 70s, that the goal would be to get a black man willing to wear a dress, that would be the new thing. And we're seeing it, that black men, like the NBA players, will try to wear feminine clothing, feminine dresses, and try to say that that's the new look of masculinity. So the new look for black masculinity is that we're going to put you in a dress now and let you walk around as a masculine man and say, see, I feel comfortable in my dress and I'm still masculine. If the NBA superstars can make it look like it's normal, who are they targeting? They're targeting our kids. They want our young black males. But LeBron does it. But Russell Westbrook does it. So it ain't nothing wrong with it. Right? Will Smith's son, he does it, right? All kind of weird stuff. And let me just tell you something right now. You know that the only quote unquote adjusted child that Will has is the son that's been raised by his first wife, the mother. The son doesn't live in Hollywood. As a matter of fact, the son's going to medical school. He's the only one that's got his head on straight because he hasn't been corrupted by Hollywood, or I would call it Holly Weird.
Yeah, he was raised by his mama, and she kept him out of the scene. She kept him out of the scene. I've seen a couple pictures.
He's going to medical school now, where Will Smith's son, the one that was trying to be an actor, he's running around doing music videos dressed like he's Batman. He's running around with dresses on. He's running around having emotional breakdowns. And then this whole thing about Will coming out and saying that him and Jada have an open relationship. Black folks, we've known for years that they've been swingers. That's nothing new to our community.
I never thought they were exclusive. I never thought they were exclusive ever.
Right. Him and Jada have been swingers for years. That's been a known fact in the black community. Come on. These little publications like People Magazine and all this Entertainment Tonight, they late. Black folks, we've been known that a long time ago.
This grew legs with social media. We've been knowing this shit. This shit just grew legs with social media. Black folks been knowing they've been swingers. Shit, we know. We know. See, that's like we was just talking in the chat earlier. Like black people, like when people know, like gay people or people like swingers, dude. Black people don't put their lives out there like that. I mean, James Baldwin was a homosexual, but he was very dignified about his movements. He didn't put his homosexuality out there and said, I'm a homosexual black man. He was a black man first, and you didn't know he was a homosexual unless you knew. If you knew and you knew, you just kept it moving. Nobody made impressions about that.
But this the thing though, brother. You notice they don't promote any James Baldwin when it comes to black males that are gay. Like James Baldwin was an intellectual. I've heard him debate people where he's broken down how the society works as it relates to us as black people and things that we deal with. You notice they not promoting any James Baldwin intellectual gay black males who don't wear their homosexuality on their sleeves. They just they stand up, they fight for us. And yeah, they're gay, but they don't have to wear it on their sleeves and remind you how gay they are. James Baldwin wasn't running around saying, "Hey, everybody, I'm gay," like Lil Nas X. It was known in the community that he was gay. It was known that there were several members of the Harlem Renaissance movement, right? Like who was the great poet?
Langston Hughes.
Too. Langston Hughes was gay. But a lot of these people were doing their thing, and we know that it was all, people were in the closet and stuff like that. But it was known in the black community. There were several prominent black people who were gay, but they were involved in the movement, and they weren't running around beating you over the head saying, "Look at me, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay." They just did their thing as activists, and they did their little thing, their relationship the way they wanted on their side. But today, with little Nas X, you can tell he's no activist. He's not an intellectual. He's an entertainer. He's a clown. So he's going out there making videos where he's getting busy with football players in the locker room. He's in jail, jumping around and there in the shower naked. He's displaying all these things. And now this is what they're doing. Neely Fuller Jr. predicted this, that the man's bussy, meaning the man's butt, would be the new vagina in the future. That the male booty, which we call bussy, would be the new vagina, you hear me, of the future. Everything that Neely Fuller Jr. said is coming to fruition in the 21st century, my brother.
I mean, I shouldn't be laughing at that because it's a serious situation here. But my thing is, someone said it earlier in the chat that there's a deal that's been made where they got to put homosexuality in every show, movie, this, that, and the other. There's like a deal, like in Hollywood, like there is an established agenda and shit.
Well, let's be honest, brother. Let's be honest. Gay people or people who live an alternative lifestyle, they've been a part of Hollywood for a long time. What's happening is the more that they've gotten advancements in society, the more comfortable now they can finally write the scripts that they always wanted to write. So when you look at a lot of the writers in Hollywood, you know this, a lot of these writers and directors and producers and choreographers, a lot of them live an alternative lifestyle. And now that their movement has really catched fire, they're just doing what they've always been waiting to do, and that is to tell their stories. And unfortunately, and then they're telling their stories to the irritants of us so-called of us straight people. So now when I look at a Netflix movie or look at any kind of movie on streaming, there's always either a gay male character in the movie or show or a gay female character in the show, right? Now, I, as a straight man, may say, I don't want to see that. I'm not really feeling it. It's a turnoff, right? But guess what? I'm not the writer. I'm not the director. It's basically the rabbits got the gun. They got the bully pulpit right now, and they're pushing the narrative of the alternative lifestyle. And part of that is making this a normal. You want to normalize it so that one day it will be just as normal to see two men together, and there wouldn't be no big deal. Now, I have a document an article that I found one night, Brother Shannon.
Okay.
And I've been meaning to do a podcast on this. and it blew my mind. Matter of fact, I talked a little bit about it in one of my podcasts. There is an article that I found, and I got to dig it up again, where they're talking about that in the future. No, not in the future. That right now they're already doing research to see if it's possible for a transgender individual, man to woman, to actually have a womb transfer to be able to bear a child in the womb. They call it a womb surgery transfer, meaning they're going to put a woman's womb inside of a person who has changed their sex inside their stomach. And the first thing I said when I read this article, well, what women are going to be willing to give up their wombs? It's called a womb it's called a womb transplant. The question is
organ harvesting.
Right. In order for you as a transgender person, transsexual, whatever you want to call it, to be able to have this womb transplant, you've got to get it from a real biological woman. So what women out here are saying, sign me up. I'm giving up my womb.
Womb,
yeah,
dog.
sorry. Yeah, womb.
You can't take a woman's womb unless you kill her.
So are they going to take it from women that have passed away?
Is a womb any good if a woman dies?
That's the thing.
I don't want no dead womb.
But they're saying that they're already in the article, there was a transgender person who is already involved in the study to have a womb transplant, Brother Freeman. I'm saying to myself, the minute we get to that level, we have gone too far, in my opinion. Now you're playing Frankenstein. Now you're playing God. It was not meant for a man or even someone who was a man who changed their sex to be giving birth to a child. That is not how God or nature has decided that things go down. But the minute you start experimenting on that level, the minute that we as a society have gone down a rabbit hole, and then you never know what's coming next down that rabbit hole. And this is my prediction, and me and you probably won't be alive to see this. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll be old men. I don't know. I believe that someday you won't be able to tell the difference between a biological woman and someone who is transsexual or transgender.
Nigga, you can't tell today. There's some good ones out here now.
I'm talking about past our imagination right now, my brother. Because of the surgeries and the advancement of medicine, there will be a day where a person may not even have to tell you that they had a sex change, because they will look so real and you will believe it.
Well, you'd have to tell me, nigga. You'd have to tell me, goddammit. I need to know.
And when you marry this person, you say, hey, I want to have a family. If this womb transplant becomes a reality, you could be with someone who could have had a womb transplant and could be having a child. And you think that you've been with a real biological woman all this time, if the person wanted to be treacherous towards you and not tell you who they really are. You see where we're going, where we could potentially go.
I mean, you talking about a man that becomes a woman and then has a woman's womb inserted into his body. So he's not only a female, he is now a full-fledged, reconditioned woman. He is a slightly used woman.
Right. So when they put these pictures out where they have men talking about this is the new little Playboy outfit for men, when they keep showing us pictures or photos or videos of men like this dressing in dresses, masculine men, or what we think are masculine men, that's culturally and socially conditioning us to be prepared for the technology coming down the pipeline where you won't be able to blur between the difference of not and real. Everything will begin to look the same. If you got masculine men getting in touch with their feminine side by wearing dresses, it is to condition you so that you no longer you no longer care. It's just, hey, it's a one man. It's a woman. Even though
it's a womb man.
Right. And so therefore
The womb
the
man.
idea, because for example, and I brought this example up before. Who was a singer? Genuine was on one of these reality shows, Big Brother or something like that. I don't know why the Negro even went on the show. And in the show, he was on a couch and there was a transgender person there who began to put his or her arms around him, begin trying to smooch up and kiss up on him. And Genuine jumped away. And what happened to Genuine? He was shamed by the media because they said, oh, he's transphobic because he didn't want to kiss. And he made it known to everybody, I'm attracted to biological women.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's flip that around. If Genuine had tried to smooch up on the transgender individual, what if that transgender individual would have said, hey, he raped me. He tried to kiss me against my will. I didn't want him kissing me, right? Then Genuine would be called on the carpet for being a sexual pervert, a rapist, a touching someone without their permission. But why is it when he says, I don't want to be touched by someone who isn't my cup of tea, now he's being shamed? This is the hypocrisy of the LGBTQ community. They tell you and me that their flag represents be who you are, live the lifestyle that you want to be, love who you want to be, whether it's man, woman, or whoever, right? Well, wouldn't Genuine's desire to be with a biological woman, wouldn't that fit in that rainbow flag as one of many of the right to be who you want to be? So if I say that I'm proud to be a heterosexual man, why shouldn't my heterosexual rights, if there even is any heterosexual rights anymore, why shouldn't my heterosexual desires be honored and respected if I don't want someone of that ilk putting their hands on me? And why should I be called homophobic? Homophobic means fear. No, I don't fear. It's just that you're not my preference. Gay people tell us all the time what their preference is, right? They tell us all the time, you can't make me straight. Well, why do you shame a heterosexual man who says, I don't want to be kissed by a transgender person because I biologically want to be with a biological woman? That's what Genuine said, and he got raked over the coals.
Yeah.
And he got raked over the coals. You see the double standard in the effery of these groups who claim that they're for everybody to have their right to live the way they want to live, until you as a heterosexual person say, I ain't with it. Now it's a problem.
Now you've got people out here who are going to debate all of this, and they're going to say there's no agenda, there's no this, there's no that. But we've seen it, and we've seen it for years, how they've implemented it into our lifestyle. They've embedded it into our lifestyle, and now they're trying to create new societies. You know, I mean, if you take a man and he becomes a woman, and then you can insert a womb, a functional womb where he's able to have a child. I mean, those genetics, you're forcing genetics there. I don't believe that a man will ever be able to carry a child to term. I don't think we have the chemical makeup.
No.
And you got to get that surgery young, probably, so everything can get to working. I mean, think about it, dude. So where the fallopian tubes and the cervix and all that shit coming from?
Look, I still don't understand how they can do what they do in the private area to make the changes. I don't know where it's coming from. But you know where it's kind of come from. It's got to come from human tissue or something. I don't know. It's like I said, it's all Frankenstein science, right? It's all Frankenstein stuff, as far as I'm concerned. Because how did Frankenstein get created? The doctor took body parts from other people who weren't living anymore to create this this creature called Frankenstein. Well, if you're, like I already said, they're talking about a womb transplant for a transgender person, which means that would have to come from the tissue, the living tissue of a biological woman. So as much as the LGBTQ community wants to be their own entity and they have a right to be, they are still reliant on the biological makeup. As much as some people want to say, oh, I don't want to hear about God and what God says is the way things are supposed to be. But what the truth of the matter is, they are still dependent on the biology and mechanisms of biological heterosexual people.
Right on.
Or in this case, let me say this, in this case, not heterosexual, but in this case, the biological makeup and tissue of a real biological woman.
So politics, I mean, that's all changing. A homosexual man tried to run, and he was actually doing fairly well for a short time. But do you see the country ever getting to the point where a gay president, openly gay, not somebody we may suspect is gay, openly gay, do you think they can become president of the United States?
Well, we had what's that dude? Boot Buttigieg. What's that guy from Indiana who's now running transportation for Biden? Pete Buttigieg or something like that.
Oh, Pete Buttigieg, yeah, Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, he's the one who had a terrible record with black people and police in his own
South Bend. And
so it's amazing to me how a guy like this gets himself a cushy job in the government when, as mayor, he didn't even deal with his police department properly as it relates to how they were dealing with black people. It's a damn shame. Matter of fact, his name is mud amongst black people in that community. But he got pretty far. I mean, when he ran and everyone knew he was gay, I think it may happen one day because our society is changing. Is it going to happen soon? I don't think so, because we still have people who are not going to vote for a gay person to be president. But let me just say this to not get so people don't get things wrong.
Sure.
It is none of my business, or do I care about what people of adult consenting age want to do in their bedroom. So if you want to be with men, you want to be with women, that's what floats your boat. That's your business. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm simply saying, while you have the right to live your life, who you want to live it with, you still don't have the right to infringe on me as a heterosexual male as to how I want to live my life and raise my kids. So when you start going into the schools and saying you're going to give elementary school kids and minors, you're going to start pushing a particular education that's geared towards the LGBTQ. That's a problem now. Why? Because we're dealing with minors. We're dealing with kids. You don't need to start hitting really young kids or adolescents with all this sexual stuff right now. They don't need all of that. I don't want the heterosexual stuff being pushed already. When a child's in elementary school and preschool, they don't need all of that. Let them be children. Why are we trying to sexualize and age our kids too soon.
Yeah.
That's the problem I see with it.
Yeah. I mean, when I hear about 11, 12-year-olds, oh, I'm attracted to boys or I'm attracted to girls. And I'm thinking to myself, you're 11 or 12. You are not even developed to know what you're truly attracted to.
Your brain doesn't fully develop, and your brain is not fully developed, ladies and gentlemen, until a little bit after 25 years old. Even when you're 19 and you're 20 and 21, 22 and 23, your brain has not fully developed. That's why people around that age make a lot of goofy decisions,
right?
A lot of impulsive decisions.
Wow. Well, we just hit the 3-hour mark.
Yeah, I'm about to jump off too, brother.
It's time to jump off, get some rest. I know you're going to come back with something tomorrow. I'll be listening in. When you going to do the Q&A tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be tomorrow, Sunday. I'm in the Western Hemisphere, so it's going to be about, I'm going to try to go live about between 1 and 1:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm going to do my opening monologue, break a couple of things down.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be inviting people to come up on the platform and give their thoughts about the R. Kelly thing. So, and after I do this show, I'm gonna put it to rest. I'm gonna put the situation.
I think we should put it to rest. But see, what I'm not gonna put to rest is how they done came at him, and we done came at him. But then there's other people that don't want to talk about certain shit, and what they should want to talk about certain shit. Because if we're gonna talk about R, then we need to talk about some other shit. Because there's some other shit in the midst too.
Right. There's some other people that have been doing stuff, and they not in jail. They're not in trial.
No.
Didn't Colt 45 get accused of a few sexual behavior too?
Who did some shit? Who did some shit?
Right.
I mean, 87, Dirty Dancing came out, and Johnny goddamn, the dance instructor at the resort was 30, and Baby was 24. I mean, was 18, they said.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 year less, he 29, she's 17. Ain't that kind of fucked up?
Right.
Elvis Presley was 24, Priscilla was 14.
So technically, you can make the argument that Elvis Presley...
What argument? There ain't no goddamn argument. That was a pedo.
Right. So I know they tried to say that Michael Jackson was doing stuff too.
The feds was after Michael.
Right.
The feds was after Michael. Michael said they looked at his private parts and they couldn't convict him. Get off of Michael. Because if they could have got him, they'd have got him. We already know. They big enough. Right.
So, and you know what's funny about that? And that's funny. They never did come away with letting us know what came of that. Because they specifically got a warrant on Michael Jackson to look at the private parts. And if that was what they thought it was, meaning that's his Johnson, then we would be looking at Michael Jackson being in the pen right now.
Michael might have lived because he wouldn't have been able to get that dope that they shot him up with.
He probably could have got it in prison. You never know. He could have had his shit smuggled into the prison. Who knows? You never know.
I think Michael had to go. Michael got them goddamn masters.
What's going on, Lions Den? I see you in there. Trey White. What's going on, brother? That's my man, Lions Den. Well, let me say this.
Yes, sir.
That you're right. There's a bunch of people. Jimmy Lee. What was that piano player?
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, Great Balls of Fire. Why did he go to prison for the rest of his life?
Great
and
Balls
like you
of
said,
Fire, because you're going straight to hell, nigga.
Right.
She was 13.
Right.
Yeah,
Elvis Presley
Elvis
Presley should have actually been in jail.
Jerry Lee Lewis's wife and Priscilla Presley together was younger than Jerry Lee Lewis.
Now, that's what I was going to bring up. Well, I'm gonna bring it up tomorrow.
Yeah, don't waste no content. Don't waste no content. Save it. Get on Information Man.
Remember Chuck Berry They went after Chuck Berry too
Went
because he
after
had
Chuck.
a thing for white girls.
Yeah. Chuck was fucking bitches in his Cadillac because they wouldn't let Chuck stay in the hotels.
Right. That's
So he
also
was
how
fucking bitches
they.
in the Cadillac. They got him for taking chicks over state lines. All Chuck was trying to do was get out of town so we can get to the next gig. Bitch probably said, give me a ride. He took her to the next town. You can't transfer no minor over the state line.
Right. And Jack Johnson, they didn't like the fact that Jack Johnson was banging white girls. And so they said, let's use the Mann Act to get this Negro under control and say that he's taking advantage of white women, when the fact of the matter is they was just mad because this big black man was banging white girls all up and down this country.
We gotta get that.
Wait a minute. The white girls were coming to him, man. It wasn't like Jack Johnson. What Jack Johnson wasn't doing no R. Kelly stuff. The women were coming to him because he was very popular. He was very popular. These white women were throwing themselves at him.
Jack Johnson had that field hand strength. And he had that field hand strength, and them harlots saw that shit, and they wanted some of that. They wanted some of that big black buck.
Right. Let me bust
some of that big black buck.
Let me bust the bubble right now. Remember the movie Mandingo Warrior?
Mm-hmm.
That came out back in the day. I think it was Ken Norton. Ken Norton played that role.
Ken Norton.
We showing my age right now.
Why don't you like the heavyweight champion of the world? Because you got Jack Johnson. Then they give a movie named Mandingo and make another heavyweight champion of the world.
But see, when you go back to the slave plantation, we know that white slave owners were going into the corners and into the slave quarters and having their way with black women. But guess what? We also know that there were quite a few white women, like the wife of the slave master, who was also going into those slave corners, banging what they would call back then black bucks. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's how that movie. What do you call Mandingo Warrior came out in the first place, because you had white women, whether it be the daughter, the wife of the master, or whatever white women were on that plantation, that were willingly going into the quarters secretly and banging black male slaves. Check this out. Nobody's prepared to make that movie. We make a lot of slave movies, but is America ready for that one?
Right. Right. That's a whole different kind of slave movie. And people don't really want to recognize that, because they can see their inadequacies. And then they see this buck, he just tearing through this plantation to plantation, and he just taking care of business. They don't like that. They don't like that shit at all, dog. And you get them motherfuckers who don't like the shit. Then you get them motherfuckers who want to watch a black man take their woman down. That's a thing, man. You get these white dudes who will pay a black man to just take his woman down. I'm like, you nasty, freaky motherfucker. Fuck your own wife. I don't want to fuck your wife in front of you. You gonna sit there and jack off or some shit? Get the fuck out of my face. They motherfuckers will pay you to tear their wife's ass up just because they want to sit there and watch it, man. They pleasured by that. That's some nasty ass shit.
Yeah, it's the animalistic. I don't know what it is, but it's crazy. Well, brother,
we gotta get out of this motherfucker. Because your ass got to do a stream, and I got to get out of here because I got to get up and do some things tomorrow. And look, man, you always bring it. I appreciate you on this motherfucking information, man. Need a little bit of applause for the brother, because the brother be on this motherfucker. Tony got up off here earlier. I appreciate Tony coming in. The chat room's been
Sleepy
popping.
Tony.
Appreciate the information, man. People coming on this motherfucker, because y'all always show me love.
Right.
We just got to keep the needle moving, man. I think we have great camaraderie here. I also believe that the topics that we bring, we go in deeper than the casual caster. We try to find out some different shit. I look for the different type of depth and some shit. You bring out all the statistics and the data, and you got it. Dude, I think we just have something different. You know, we just got to continue to build and shit. And those brothers that don't want to build with us, fuck them.
I'm not even thinking about them.
Fuck them. I mean, I'm not going to negotiate whether you want to build or not. If you don't want to build, fuck you, man. I ain't got nothing but love for you, dog. Do your thing.
Right. And you know, we're not bothering nobody.
Nah.
But I'm not gonna go chasing after people,
Hell
you
no.
know, who have already shown that they don't want to communicate. So I've moved on from all of that. But
hell no.
As I get off of the platform
that
right now, as I say peace to my man Lions in the chat room and everybody that's probably out there still watching or listening.
Yes, sir.
I want to say that Joe Biden, cutting that big deal, taking money out of my tax dollars to give $3.6 billion to their flunkies that they're bringing over here from Afghanistan, while black people are over here, while we have more serious problems, while we have black men and people in general that are homeless in this country, who are veterans of the military sleeping out on the streets. And they're not doing anything of $3.6 billion to get them off the streets, but you bring these people over here and you're going to cut that kind of money for them. Biden can kiss my ass. His administration can kiss my ass. And those who do his bidding can kiss my ass. And I don't want to hear any of the black politicians giving us lip service about how we're one country and we've got to work with people. America's a melting pot and we're bringing the Afghans over here because this is the American way. F you, kiss my ass, because that $3.6 billion package should go to people who are your first priority, what should be your first priority, which are the people who are already goddamn citizens over here, who have already bust their ass to make this country what it is. And you bring these folks over here, and you know what's going to happen. They're going to end up going into black communities. They're going to end up moving into our areas. They're not going to no rich areas. They're going to come into our areas. And this is my prediction. I guarantee you in a couple of years, most of those people that just got off those planes, they'll have their own business because Uncle Sam is going to fund them. They'll have their own business. They'll eventually buy a home, and then they'll own some kind of business. And when your black ass or my black ass go in their store, they'll look at us like we're criminals, like we're thieves. And we'll say, hey, I'm American. Why are you looking at me like this? And they'll pull out their asses. I worked hard. I came from Afghanistan, and I worked hard to come to America and make something of my life. I sacrificed. Motherfucker, we've been sacrificing for over 400 years before they brought your ass over here. And the thing is, you got to come over here with your shoes on, your pants on, your head on, shoes on your back. Your women are wearing their burqas. We came over here with nothing on our bodies but our bare asses. Have a good night, brother.
Brother, you have a great night. Get some rest, and we will holler at you. I ain't gonna say tomorrow because that'd be Monday, motherfucker. We holler at you a little later today.
All right, peace, brother. Good night.
Peace out. Y'all be good. One love.